kaloga koi. Mama tang kaloga kota plene. Ne mata lo blada pleba. Bi obe yalo tela kaya plene. Ma pren ganga rume ya kato ye. Yo briga we ade ka doka. Briga we ade ka doka. Eh wa we we suwe gele. Eh we to bo gbe we so bo gbe we de. Kinya gbe we de. Ka go da. Ne mata lo blada bo kwa we. Yisaka ye so go ka nene sia ye bo. Yisaka ye so go be. Ka nene sia ba. Aye na uma. Yi tro da ka ke pokre le ka nene si bo. Eh guwe ba guwe. Mo ga liwe po da ga ne tino ba. Liwa we po be da ga tino bro. Gon ko lo gbagdo. De ka ga yenza ya kwa gbagdo. Eh yaibo. Eh krawo mi na we. Kere play. Ba to pe ma de ga me gbegbe tro. Mare kowe mare yeyiwe me mare yeyi la tiese do ya pedabu apopo su abu ya proyabu apopo su abu re zo ya tin suwe go ngo tubo gbewe sobo re tina gbewe re tina gbewe re do wo sie ti da gegun plebe nga yi se le do tenten blabe masiwe manu po gun ka baga ya ka fra. Hey, guwe. Here, Captain Tone, wa bodu. Kaloga Captain Toye, Mawan down, Katra. Kaloga Captain Toye do what over. Yaga Niba no Kusia do what over Katra and Bima, the Gaga Blinzer. Kaloga, yeah, Mumalo, I am a growl. Come on, Yakaza, Muya take a fire casual. Help Muya take a flower. Muya take a ball for Gabo, Kafka, get your fire, Picasso. Mumalo, I am a granny, Mawan down Kaloga Koi. Mga mama lo ya mo gura na e ku kala gbe ya blo ba ti o so ya pu we akan me apu ba so ya pu we akan me apu so ya pu we akan me apu ba so ya pu we akan me apu ba jina bodu ka panu te trawo bodu no ga wa ne be ado so bie twa yam go de ga ga gun za ya ado ma kwi kwe na me pozo ado ma kwi kwe na ma kwi ma na no e de ga ga yin za ya ma ga fesu we wa ndie ba. Na kwa do wapo. Da do wapo nga yisele do gbe ma. Yo so ya bu we again go we duo. Go we sia be go we duo ba go we sia de go we duo. Kwa lo gbaglo. Ka du ka ba ye ka kian ni kwa do gbaglo. Ka lo bo ka kian go pro. Kun ga de ka dwan ni mi kwa do gbaglo ba. Sa yu ge wo ka o mi na we ko da bia wo na do ya we gba ki o yen za pro we. Ah, ni na ura ka we fa. Where Chiago way, what no, whatever I do. So, yeah, here go better come now on back. Go better come now on back. Malaco way, money, ye, man. Next, I'd rather bone knocker. 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 See, oh, suit or body, I got a donor. Suit or body, I got a donor. Hey, yabo. Hey, go na biawo na do yawe gbagi o yanza blowe. Oh, mi ne mane pe yo. He su do boda ko boda do nu. Ka ga go yi do de won de blowe. Ma yu ogo. Yi ne be ga mu pringa. Yi ne be ga mu pringa. Yi mu nda su ye me wo si ne pe ma. Kon ga do ne mu de ka ga gun za blowe. Do si ju da go gun blowe de ka ga yanza ya gbeza ko die. Mungwala ya mo gwana be ka mo ye ka boduo sie bagupe gu wenga siwe bagupe gu wenga siye ge goduo ge we sia de ye we pe ma ge we sia de ye we duo ge we sia de ye we duo ge le play ya sie ko we ne ka asie ko we ne ka po ba ka ga ye ka gwa ro gwa ne won ne yen na we se ne pe ma won wa de don't get no pay the gaga yenza ya. Hesu do boda ka boda do nu. Ha do ayi be na nu. Ha bi wo do ponu zo na ebe abi wo do ponu zo. Gon ka do ka fra wi ba bagwe yenza bonu mo ye gbo ba. Si ya go ma sai bo go ma sai be. Hey there you do mo. Ke masu wo plo kate wo sia ba. Bagwe troka to plong. How about troka to plong blioba? Ka troka to plong ye blioba ka pa ne me. Ka wi ka troka be ka go trogi. Tro making na gbe ma. Buddha me ya ke na bro. Ka go frogi na do do ka go frogi ka kan ka fro ka wu fa ba kan. Do mo. Oba do wa glo ba o go da do ba. Bri ya bo do da do bo yan ko no bi mu na do bo yan. Do bo yan ko no bi mu do bo yan bo blo ba. Boni bodun bo je ba. Ti we ye yo mo. Ta ko ne ka we ke yo mo lo bo. Go ne ka we ke yo mo. Go ne ka we ke yo mo.
So guys, yes guys, we are here live in Ziegler Town where we are coming live from Ziegler Town in district number 7, yes, Nimba County. So welcome to the Cultural Hour on BKS TV. Yeah. So you see, yeah, Nimba is great and Nimba is challenging, honestly. Yeah. So those of you watching, that's just the beginning. They're gonna be here more. Yeah, they're gonna be here more. There are other guys still behind. So we thought it wise to see how best we can keep the life on, so you can just get a gist of what's gonna be happening. Yeah, here today. So just keep posting. Tell us where you're watching us from. Just mention your name in the comment section. Yeah, tell us where you're following us, where you're watching us from. We're going to identify and mention your name in the song as well. If you want to guys to sing with your name, right, just drop in the comment section. Yeah, drop it in the comment section. Drop it in the comment section. Yeah. If you want for those guys to sing song with your name, just drop your name in the comment section. Victor, yeah, Victor is watching. Yeah, Victor, thank you. Share our live. Yeah, so we are also here. Yeah, share our live. Share our live. Yeah, invite your friends to follow. The guy is getting set, man. As you can see, yeah. So share the live, man. Victor T. Francis is following directly from Mount Zoplay. Yeah, thank you, Victor. Thank you for following us from that end. So, just share the live. Mention your name in the comment section. Yes, let's blow together. Let's blow together. Mention your name in the comment section. So keep following BKS TV. This is one of the programs we have on our platform that keep our listeners well active. Of course, you know, we got to bring back we got to go back to those days where our people, you know, love the music as well. So Isaac Z. Daniels is watching. Isaac Z. Daniels is watching from his residence in 72nd Boulevard. Yeah, Isaac, thank you. Drop your name in the comment section. Tell us where you're following us from. So, tell your song small, the people watching won't see Sony. Hear the song small, man. So guys, drop in the comment section. Yeah. Michael Zane Dolesian watching from Macerata, that's Italy. A common local J singer from Biolonto. Thank you. Yes, so Shelton SKV Vami, yes. He's from Secretary City, watching from US. And Marcus Dupa is following from the US. Yeah, Marcus, thank you. So, Akamira, you got most people following from the US. Yeah, you got Marcus Dupa is following from the USA. You got Shelton VK, SKV Vami is also following from US. He's from Secretary, Nimba County. And you got others who are also following too from Nimba, Liberia as well. So all you have to do now is, hey, drop the song, let's blow together. Drop that traditional song, let's go.
Oh, they are so good. You saw it, you saw it. Oh, what am I? You, hey, W, I got that blue one. Now, you're going to make out of you, so, well, they are good, they are good, they are Sabo. They are good, they are you were born in the water. And you were my river, and you were better born in the Akayabo. Well, Mama Yaba, one day I'm on my boat. So you got them all, so good thing. Help my Bongano Yango, how I got about Bongano Yango, Mother Cowen, Mother Yawen, Mother Cowen, hey, got it was a Wayma. Captain Jordan was a whopper. Mawayane, hey, you will bring your Boya. When you're gone, yeah, you will bring your two whopper, Melody. Hey, you will bring a Gaya, man. Over, so we are Mananda Bido, they are better than your bora and Benyo. Then when you go back up here, you can't be a bill. When you're going here, to get again yellow messy, Market, you can never mamma. Take it never, Mamma Blubber, get again now, Mamma Blubber. Nice or do I draw, nice or do nice or do I will go up. Hey, get a play. The guy in there, we man are there, the guy in there, and my people are not now, my put over. Take it out, the guy, you. Come on, Bonnever. I got a wobble yaga, when one over Yamoku, who got a bay of can't get it up for you, Blue Casa. May I take up for a gas whooper? Can't get it up for you. So, you know, hey, I don't know. Hey, the guy in the guy in the so they have to be come to be come up on the two damn bombio. Two damn bombio. Can you yen the ya? They can't go to a pocket. Hey, I won't. Come on away. Oh, yeah, well. Oh, they go, yeah, Make a we do me more. 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 Zeki said, eh, meditate. We have more hair than you go. If you are, look at that bill. Oh, man. How about Plateau? Man, you don't want to lose your yeah, we bear. But I kept your bed. I hear what you bear. Ah, dear Placabert. Ah, bear. I hear what I'm there. Oh, Plateau, we wear. You got one room. We got what down there. Oh, say to tell you better, Buddha. We got what I'm going to pow. Buddha. So, I don't know good and a great market. You have well, can't go here. I don't come your boat. They are so good, they are so good. Oh, they are go, my God. Oh,
So it's interesting. Share it live, man. Share it live. Share it live. Share it live. So share it live, share it live. So we are coming live to you from Zegle Town. Yeah, this is our culture. Our normally we come here at this hour. Yeah. Yeah, so he's Moses V. Yeah, you see the guy is actually vibing out there. He's actually performing this hour, man. So share it live. Tell us why you're following us. So Dauda Jabate is following from Bomi County. Ezekiel Flomo is watching live from Morovia. Yes, that's fine, Ezekiel. Thank you. Ojuku K. Bato is also following from his resident in Seoul Clinic Community District 4, Moserado. He's a proud son of Nema District number 5 from Dame Playtown. Yes, Ojuku, thank you. Zain Dole Amaga, yes, and the rest, that guys are following. The rest of you are following. Tell us why you following us. Share the live this evening. Mention your name in the comment section. Definitely going to identify with you this evening on this live stream. So, Moses, make a give him. So, Akami, let's identify these few people. Paul Jala said, nice traditional song following from Boston. Yes, the Magibi, something of such. And we also got Quiti Gion Bo. He's also following from Israel. Yeah, the guy is following from Israel. Yes, thank you. Thank you for following us, Abenigo, Quiti Gion Bo, Abenigo. Thank you. So, Moses,
yeah,
what happened to the devil? Let's hear you.
Okay. The devil song? Mm-hmm. Hello, there we go. Yoni. We are going to have a go to Capra, because what you know. I got a one boy, I got a Capra, go that way more. Go that we get on the boat. Habotobaya, Siabotobaya, Tobacasi, Wankova, Mano, Basion, 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 Gebo, Basion, Gebo, Basion, Gebo, Basion, Gebo, Basion, Basion, Gebo, oh,
Wow, wonderful. So it's actually interesting, yeah. It's interesting here. So we are Ambassador G. Augustine Logan Jr. is closely following from Ganta City. Yes, Augustine, thank you for following us. Yes, we are coming live from Ziegler Town in Nimba County. So welcome to BKS Traditional Hour. Yes, nice traditional song. Yes, Ambassador G. Augustine Logan. Thank you very much for following us, and always thank you for following BKS TV. So we are still here in Ziegler Town. We got more traditional music to follow this evening. So those of you there, yes, you could also identify with them too. You know, now anything you have, you could, yes, identify with them too as well too. Yeah. So Moses is there. He's a nice traditional singer. You will be listening to him from the onset of this ceremony. So we are live streaming this broadcast from Ziegler Town, SA, and we are happy that we got good network connectivity here that allowing us to bring you live this courage. Moses, there are a few people watching. They will let you hear that name in some of those songs then. So therefore, Ambassador G. Augustine Logan Jr. Yeah, he said thank you. Nice traditional song. He's following from Ganta City. You also got Ezekiel, you got Jabate, you got there are others who are following. You got Otis Gue from Ganta City Bypass, Marcus Dugba from USA, from the United States of America. You got so many people who are watching from America. You got Bida G. Zigban. He said great singers. Yes, thank you, Bida. So that's it. They are watching, and honestly, the so Moses, forget about the money aspect. Forget about it. Yeah. So just closer and sing the traditional song. Moses. So our CEO is Avin Seka. Our CEO name is Avin Seka Sion. Yeah, he's the CEO of BKS TV. He's from district number 5. Yeah. So you just touch your name small in any song that you need to march in. Yeah, touch it small. What we have top your bimo. Yeah. You're calling Avin Seka. Yeah. So Marcus DP, yeah, he's following from Mosurado. Moses, Kurumu, Kurum.
Moses, man,
So that's it. Keep posted. Bill say Bambo Dolly. I'm following you guys from a poor corner of my Bagley. Yeah, Bill, thank you very much. And we are still here. So we are live from Ziegler Town. Yeah, we are live from Ziegler. So Moses, sing the song. Let's go. Go, Leamon. Sing the song. Let's go, Moses.
So me dimna me go yen take no
so it's actually interesting though. I can't really understand the guilt, but it's actually interesting. Moses sing the song. Let's go. Moses sing the song. Let's go. The people, you making the people boring. The people listening. The people watching. Moses. Yeah. Now, if you get trust that people now, they don't know who you trust now. Your own people there. So that's how I can understand you.
Moses said you must drop a little thing before you continue the singing. Welcome to the Heat Hours. Thank you so much, you guys, for following. My name is Alvin. Obviously, I'm the CEO of this platform. I want to say welcome to all of you for joining us here today. We have our panelists in the back. As always, as we do, we'll bring them on here shortly. Tonight we'll be hosting Takwa Seva, Elisha Seva. Oh, not Seva, I'm sorry. Takwa Mambia. Seva is my manager in Liberia, so I usually get that name mixed up. But yeah, it will be a great show tonight. A lot of insight. He's a very astute young man from District 5, my brother from Nimba there, so he will be our guest tonight. We have our other guests in the back here, so I'm just going to go ahead and bring him on, and we'll start the conversation. I want to say thanks to all of you, all our followers, for taking up your time and always being with us. You know, I was telling my colleagues the last time that without our followers, we won't be where we are today. It's because of all of you, all our followers, folks who always are there supporting us in everything we do, religiously following our page, PKS TV, and also monitoring this show all the time. I want to say thanks to all of you. We can do this together as we continue to grow. As you all know, we are a new platform, a little over 7 months old, and we have been trying our best to bring you guys information. We believe information dissemination is very important, and media plays a very important role in our society. So we owe it to the people of Nimba, we owe it to the people of Liberia to continue to work for all of you. And I want to say thanks to all our followers, not followers, but our panelists. You know, they come on here every night, they make the sacrifices. Some people have their own data, 3 hours, 2 hours, 30 minutes, making sure that they support us. That's huge. That's sacrificial right there. And we want to say thanks to all of you. So, Siawati, I want to say thanks to you too, one of the brains behind the platform. Welcome to the Heat Hours. Tonight we'll be hosting Takwa Mambia, Aloysius Mambia from District 5 from Glory. So a lot of stuff, man. Now I was telling him he wrote a piece about this whole Prophet Key thing, and I can tell you that it blew on our page. We had it was one of the most interactive post article we've seen in a long time, and he's going to be on here to talk about it tonight in details. We'll cover that. We'll also cover District 5. We'll cover so many things. A lot to learn from him. So welcome to the show. What's on your mind before we bring our guests on?
Yeah, CEO, thank you. I mean, it's been a very good week, and there have been a lot of firing guests coming these few days. And I want to say thanks, like you said, to buttress you. I mean, it's not easy sometimes to leave your family, your schedule, and join the platform. But I mean, we signed up for it. It's a sacrifice to our people, so we are committed to doing that. I think basically what is happening is what in the county in the country at large. You know, the training issue right now in the country is the Prophet Key thing everywhere. People from diverse background, legal scholars are giving their opinions, and I mean, as it is, though we are not legal people, but we have our own opinion as citizens. So, I mean, it's a training issue because all of what is happening is a precedent, and as it unfolds, it become the roadmap of how our jurisprudence in the future will trend. So, I mean, on the overall, our guest is here. So, briefly, that's what I got to say. Mr. Mambia, welcome.
I'm trying to get the lighting in my house here, so it's a little dark. So so it's been a fiery week. Yesterday was even hot because we had Kanyo on the show, and even I think our guest also called to make some clarity. But yeah, it has been an intense week, and that's what we need in our society. I think Aloysius can attest to that. We need that. That's something we need to agree, disagree, to agree, and for any vibrant economic democracy, we need that. And then towards the end, my brother Aloysius from how you call it, Bumi, Aloysius Bumi, made a comment.
Something gonna show everybody. Just come on. What is happening? Sergey, you can see me?
No, Sarah, I'm not seeing you.
I don't know what's going on.
But you in. Check your camera. I think it's from your camera, though.
No, I don't think my camera should be okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's from him because my camera is on and I can.
Oh, wait, okay. No, go. You both go out and come back in. Let me add you and see.
Okay.
I think what the page was.
Yeah, let me go in and see. Let me go out and see.
Just get up and join again. Let's see. Okay.
Oh,
See, you know what? Facing labor. Oh, what happened to? Okay.
Yeah, we having some technical difficulties, but I apologize for that. My computer, I didn't have the charger, so it went off. So, but I'm back. Takwa, you on, right?
Yeah, you saw I added you already. So, but Sarah's was facing similar thing. I don't know.
I don't know what the issue is.
I told him to check a camera. I told him to. Yeah, so CEO, that continue. I think it's Remember, are you there?
Yeah,
I am here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. So as I was saying, welcome to the show, my dear brother. Tonight is going to be very good. You're a young man, very informed, and I think our people are listening to you too in District 5 around Nema. As you know, our platform is being listened to across Nema now. So it's a pleasure having you on here. So welcome to the show. What's going on, my brother? What's up? What's new?
Nothing much. Thank you very much. Is the show relayed tonight on BKS?
Yes, it should be. Yeah,
it's relay on Voice of Tapeta, BKS, and other community.
Yeah, if it's a relay on Voice of BKS.
Remember, we don't want to own a Voice of BKS now, so we operated a relay of.
Yeah, I don't know if it's always relayed, but if it's relayed tonight, I know you know when you're bringing. Because when you had the representative on, it was relayed in the district.
Mm-hmm.
So I was hoping that we will be relayed tonight.
It's been relayed tonight.
Yeah. Siauti, how are you?
I'm okay, Chief.
So my man, you around my area because you opposition to me now. Say you can't even reach out to.
I'll be opposition to you. Let's talk after here. I'll be opposition to you.
So you know the party man opposition. He said,
United Party men,
"Now
I'll be
breaking news.
opposition to you.
I see your opposition to me. Oh.
No, I can't.
We have to carry the news.
I
The breaking
can.
news.
We are young people. I mean, we in the same boat, so I can't do that.
Yeah, but Elisha, welcome to the show as we always do. I know you are known to a lot of us here, but welcome to the show too, my brother Cyrus. Sorry for the technical issues that we all seem to be having some technical difficulties in there, but I think you are connected now. Welcome.
Yeah, I
to
think
the
we're
show.
okay, see you for now.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Elisha, as we do, we usually start by asking our guests. We have our followers who are following. They will want to know you, your name, your background, your political affiliation, just a little bit about yourself, not too much, and then we can start from there.
Thank you very much. My name is Takwa Mambia. Of course, I'm from Buyao District, District 5 in Nima County. I'm affiliated with the Unity Party, and I'm affiliated the Unity Party, and my background is in business. I'm a business professional, and also someone of a very high interest in politics and current event. So that's just a little bit about me. As the show goes on, we will get more into the details. Me, my personal life. If people want to know, whatever question comes up, we will be able to address those questions.
You ran for this gone election, District 5, and you did well. Our people got to know you. You're a young man, one of the youngest candidates in the race. And after that, I think you told me that you were one of the few that actually went back to say thanks to our people, to tell them thank you and all that. Election's over now. Our representative has taking over the district. What's your assessment, on the district? There's a few days, one of your colleague, Jackson Ewell, has some things to write and to say about our lawmaker. The lawmaker too also came back and he had a rebuttal. You too. I saw a comment on I think one of his posts there. You made your comment. What's your take on the leadership now? What's your brief assessment of what's going on, his leadership in the district, and how far our district is going? What's your thought about what he's doing?
So, first of all, it is clear that we have a representative. It was Samuel Koga, now it's Kodo Kwagru. Whether we like it or not, we have a representative. And that is not going to change until 2030, January of 2030. So whatever it is, we had to all join together and vehemently sabotage Koto for the sake of winning elections. We fight them, or we work progressively with Koto to see where we can improve the livelihood of our people. Because I believe every single person, every single 10 of us who contested in that elections, we had good intention for the district. Everyone just believe I can do it better than the other person. That's what it was. And some of us believe I'm a better representation, physically, emotionally, experience. When it comes to experience and education, some of us believe that we are best suited to represent the district, in the district, inside of Liberia, and on the international stage. And that's because we've done this before. We've done this in the country, we've done this out of the country, and we believe we have the requisite experience to represent our district in and out of Liberia. With that being said, Koto is less than 1 year in his tenure as a representative. My understanding is that he's been to the district once since the elections. Sounds like I have been to the district more time than Qatar, but I understand. I understand that When you are representative now, you are not an ordinary person. I can tell you today, Ivan, when we are district, who is that sound coming from? Is it okay now? Okay. So I can tell you that when I go into the district, this is very expensive now that I have contested an election. People call me honorable, and to whom much is given, much is expected. So I see that when Koto goes into the district, he's not an ordinary person anymore. He's a representative. He's a representative.
I made it.
Zambo, go away from me, okay?
I made it to
Go.
100, Mommy.
Thank you very much.
Look, Daddy.
Go call Isaac for me. I'm sorry, guys. That was the Grizz Lampo. He's you are muted, Ivan.
No, I said go ahead. We understand. We all been there. We all know when
Yeah.
it comes to this
That is Lampo.
lump.
Koto is doing what he's able to do. Last time when he was on the show, I called and I had my own concerns about his leadership ability. People have been calling Koto representative without border. I was concerned that he was more focused on issues across the district, across the county, rather than being focused on issue within a district, and I had that concern. I raised it with him during the time that he was on your show, and I think he addressed some of those issues. But our district has a lot of challenges that for you to succeed, you have to double up. Our roles are terrible. We have been left out of the political discourse in Liberia. I had a conversation with one of the authorities from the Liberia rural electrification. I had a conversation with one of the ladies, and she was like, the story of Nimba County is complicated, because if you tell someone there's a part of Nimba County that does not have electricity, nobody would want to take you seriously, because you people have a grid. So we are focused on other counties that do not have grid, how we can get into those counties. So it's unfortunate that Nimba County has a grid, but yet we who are living in the border, we who are living in Ivory Coast, where we are getting electricity from, we don't have electricity. Again, every time I come on these platforms, we will raise the issue of education in the district. The district is one of the worst when it comes to education infrastructures in the district, which we will address as this show goes on. And the healthcare delivery system is absolutely terrible. Hats off to Honorable Kotokwa Group for flagging that Zoga Medical Center was again left out of the national budget for whatever reason, best known to the people who are close with the responsibility to do those things. The district has a lot of challenges that we have to rise against. I think Koto is doing well. He's just not doing enough. Maybe he's just getting to the Capitol building, but his best is not good enough at this time.
Thank you. Welcome to the show, Amma and DK and all those guys. I want to say thanks for coming. I know my brother came here for a major topic that we discussed, but we've been wanting him to come on here for a very long time since we have him. I hope he has enough time for us to have this discussion, because a lot of people are very interested in what's going on. So going back to District 5, I know you politician, you skipped my question there the way politicians will always do. I asked about your assessment of Koto, and you answer the question the way you want to answer. But if you were to give me just a brief snippet of it, what do you think? I know you said something about he just got there. I don't think district leadership, our district as a whole, or any leadership in Liberia for that matter, will have someone go there and then give them time. It's not about time. I think from day one you should be ready, prepared to be able to take over and start to answer questions and talk about development, doing things like that. What do you say? What would you say about Koto assessment? Is he up to the task from what you've seen so far?
I mean,
advocacy.
to the very not to cut you off, but to the very end of the very end of the way I answered the question, I did answer that. Maybe you didn't hear that wasn't good enough. I think Cotto is doing his best, but his best is not just good enough. At this point, I don't think Cotto is up to the task. There are still lapses. You have to be forceful, especially representing one of the rural-most districts in our country. I think Cotto is doing his best, but his best is simply just not good enough.
Thank you so much for that. So what we'll do tonight is I will have those other guys ask questions. Gentlemen, I want you guys to ask questions about District 5. And then from there we'll go to the Prophet Key issue. If you don't have questions
You
about
want us to start with the Prophet Key issue, then because the District 5 issue will take over the show. The rest of
you are good for Prophet. Okay. So let's cut to the chase. You recently made a statement. You wrote a piece on your page, and BKS TV grabbed that, as we always do, and share on our platform. You saw the comments. And I even saw a comment there from the Soup, and she said, "Oh, really?" On the page there, and you talked about. Here's what got me. I got a little question about is. You talk about Unity Party leadership. You said we did not put, even though we put Unity Party. I'm just paraphrasing. What Unity Party had to do with, or has to do with, the imprisonment of this man? Or you can just go ahead and answer. Talk about the post, what you meant, what your take is, and then we can go from there.
So that
CEO,
was
1 minute. Yeah, can we, if it is possible, can we have that post? No post.
Yeah, I'll put it there. Yeah, I got it. I'm working on it.
Okay.
So that post was clear, and I believe the part you are referring to, Ivan, is the part where I say why none of us, one thing everyone in the country agrees on, everyone, including B Brother Sam, right? One thing all of us agree on is that Prophet Key has no business to be insulting women going around. That's one thing we are all clear about. Nobody should be insulting. Nobody should be using vulgarity and going around the community and just walking scot-free. That's one thing we all agree on. And let's be clear about that. That was the opening line of my post. That none of us support Prophet Key for insulting people, whoever it is. Matter of fact, Prophet Key has insulted somebody close to me before. I'm related to the Glikias. And one day, Prophet Key insulted the mother of Representative Twan Glikia for nominating on the floor for Nanti Kofa. I remember when Fonani Kofa was deputy speaker. So just to get that out there, nobody who has not been victim of Prophet Key insults. My problem was the hypocrisies that follow all of these. And I was saying, I do agree that no, we shouldn't take insults from anybody. Secondly, I said in the Unity Party thing, just because you supported the Unity Party doesn't mean you have lessons to break laws and to insult people, to disrespect people and go over. No, I supported Unity Party. When I'm in Liberia, I live as a peaceful citizen and follow the law. Because the last thing I want to do is to beat my chest and say, when I'm arrested by police, God forbid, to say, "Oh, I supported the Unity Party, you're leave me alone." That gives the party a bad name. That gives the government a bad name. What you are referring to is the part of the post that says, just because you supported Unity Party, as I did, with time and money and personally on the ground, does not give me the right to break any law. Neither does it give anybody the right who supported this party to break any law. That was the very first paragraph of that post. And then I delve into the issue where I believe the Supreme Court abused its powers. And then I came further to question if Yamin Baisi wasn't the Chief Justice of the Republic, what was going to happen. That was the nature of the post. And everything that I wrote on here, I stand by. From where I sit today, I do believe the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia abused its contempt power to send Prophet Key to jail. The reason is simple. If people, when Kanyo came last night, Kanyo talked over and over anything that brings the court to disrepute anything that put doubt or dark cloud over the court in the administration of justice, any of those things you can be held in contempt for. We agree that is the law. That's what the law says. But if you see the court own judgment, I also share that under this post. If you go having, you will see. I also share that under the court's own judgment. Prophet Key, when I spoke with my lawyer said most of the things Prophet Key said in the video are tantamount to contempt. However, the ruling only focused on man cause, on vulgar language. That's what the entire ruling focused on, the judgment. Maybe there's the entire opinion that I haven't read, but the one that the 5 justices affixed their signature to, I have read it and reread it and reread it. They're only focused on vulgarity in that. Does Prophet Key using vulgar language on the mother of the Chief Justice? Does that call into question the court's administration of justice? But then again, the reason why we will not spend a lot of time on this thing, Camille said one thing last night. He said, when we have a constitutional question or we have a question about the law, they will not come to any of us on this page for our interpretation of the Constitution. They will go to the Supreme Court. And whether we believe in our minds that the Constitution, their interpretation is right or wrong, that is what people will listen to. I agree with him when it comes to that. That doesn't mean the Supreme Court doesn't make mistake. I am not a lawyer. I do not claim to be one. But there's something in law that's called plain text. In law, there is plain text. There are things that you read and it is what it is. Are they business law? At the undergrad level, at the business law at the grad level. So there's something in law called plain text. In business law, we did case study, we did case law, a lot of case law. I do not claim to be a lawyer. I'm a business professional. However, the Supreme Court can make mistakes. And I referenced one of those cases that has been set as a precedent in our country today. In that post, the Bromsky et al., which included the Unity Party and everybody else, the collaborating parties, versus the National Elections Commission. In that ruling, that was a landmark ruling that is set as a precedent. In that ruling, the Supreme Court said, yes, even though Bromsky and his co-hosts, they were able to prove that in 2017 election, there was a presence of fraud. But the fraud was not enough to overturn the elections. And today, that is law in our country. If you go to an election with anybody having, and the National Elections Commission pronounce anybody, forget it. You have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the margin between you and that person could be overturned by the fraud. Even if you prove that there were fraud in the elections, you have to prove that the fraud was enough to overturn the entire election. I don't think that's what the law meant. The fact that you can prove that there was fraud in the elections, I think the election results should be nullified. I think that was a fundamental mistake on the part of the Supreme Court that needs to be rectified, that needs to be overturned at some point. But again, like Kanye said last night, until that law is overturned, that remains the law of the land. Like this precedent the Supreme Court has said, until we have a new generation of Supreme Court justices that will overturn that precedent, that remains the law of the land. The Supreme Court can make mistake in the interpretation of the Constitution. Here's one more thing I think. Our Constitution is only 40 years old. Thankfully, some of the people who wrote our Constitution are still alive today. Is it rooted in law that when we have a constitutional crisis like we have with the Funanti Kofa issue and we have with other issues, the people who actually wrote the Constitution, is it rooted in law that we can call them for them to explain to us what they really meant so that we can use those appreciations? This is not the United States where everyone who wrote the Constitution are dead and gone. People who wrote our Constitution are still around today. The 1986 Constitution is going to be 40 years this year. That's another thing. The third thing is the question I wanted to ask Kanye last night that you know when you interrupted me, I forgot is Senator Amara Kone said the courts are corrupt. Senator Amara Kone is not just anybody. He's a sitting Liberian senator. In his post, he said the courts are corrupt. I'm quoting Amara Mohammed Kone. junior senator of Bapolu County. He said that when is the court going to call Amarcon? Because if someone who is as influential, former finance minister and sitting senator, calls our court corrupt, that places doubt over the administration of justice by the Supreme Court. When are they going to call Senator Amarcon in for questioning to show reason why he shouldn't be held in contempt by the court? Because my understanding is that the law is the law and nobody is above the law. That was the question I wanted to ask Kanye last night, see what he says about that. So those are the things that brought into question. The justice is selective. And I want to be clear to every woman that's watching on this show, in as much as we don't want Prophet Key insulting you, the decision taken by the Supreme Court wasn't about Liberian women. Because if that decision was really about Liberian women, Prophet Key will not even get to the stage where you will cause the Chief Justice man. When Judy Andy brought her case to the court was going to make sure that Judy Andy case was filed appropriately, went through the appropriate legal channel and ruled against Prophet Key. Prophet Key would not have had the opportunity to insult.
And not cutting you, Kanye made that clarification too last night. He said the reason for Judy's case being dropped was she filed a criminal case instead of a civil case.
One thing Yeke said yesterday is most of these lawyers who are going around, they will come to you privately and tell you that the Supreme Court was in error on that, but publicly they will defend the Supreme Court. Because you know why? Before your case is taken up by the Supreme Court, also your case is in our justice system, you have to be in good standing with the court. The court can decide not to take up your case at all. And that's how these people live. You can tell me speech has been decriminalized and still tell me speech is decriminalized, but you take responsibility if you hurt somebody through your speech. So there is a component, speech is decriminalized, but there's certain things you say that becomes criminal, like what Prophet Key said against the court. So even though speech is decriminalized, but there are still things you say in speech that still becomes criminal if you hurt somebody. It doesn't have to be, because Avi, one thing people don't understand about law is you just don't carry defamation lawsuit against people. If you carry defamation lawsuit against somebody, that is the part. But for you to be able to be granted a compensation for the defamation, you have to prove that something was damaged for you. And a lot of people don't know that outside of the law. As soon you say, Avi caused me, so it hurt me. The court can say, yeah, Avi caused you, it hurt you. How did that hurt you? It stopped you from going to work and you didn't get paid. If the way you caused me, it hurt me. Let me talk in our Liberian English. The way you called me, it hurt me. I was laying out to my home for 1 week and I didn't go to work, so I didn't get paid. Then the court will say, now you have to pay that man. That's how defamation lawsuit works.
Thank you.
You understand? But if speech is decriminalized, you still take responsibility. You can't stay on the street of Monrovia and say, I will kill the president. You can't do that. That's criminal. You will be arrested. You will be prosecuted because the president is the chief executive. Simply because speech is decriminalized, you don't say that.
Thank you. I will stop there, and then it's going to be more conversational. I will let the other panelists ask their respective questions. Sis Lorena, welcome to the show. I don't know what you're doing after the post-birthday celebration. Again, happy belated birthday. So we'll start with Siawete. From Siawete, we'll go to Cyrus, and then we go around. I know you are accustomed to the routine here on the show, so you're not a stranger to the show. So yeah, I will stop you at Siawete, your question, your one question, and then we'll go around and
one. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
We'll do one first, and then from there we can.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, CEO. I think Takbo laid the basis very well, but before my question, I want to make a little statement to that because, what we are discussing today, for me, I'm not discussing the issue of Prophet Key on a sentimental basis. No, we are discussing what would be our reliance for tomorrow. I am not a lawyer, neither have I not attempted on that. Maybe, probably, I don't know. But from what I've seen from our constitution, I see that the Supreme Court, it was an overreach of the Supreme Court, because in my mind, that's what I was asking myself, where do our justice starts as a citizen, our fundamental rights? Because from the ruling, you can see that Prophet Key was invited on a contempt, and the entire ruling did not carry anything of Prophet Key accusing the court, but it rather went to Prophet Key accusing, in fact, insulting the Chief Justice, mother, and other women of Liberia. Now, not being as a lawyer, the Supreme Court judge, who is the Chief Justice, is presiding over that case, and then you invite Prophet Key. The entire ruling says insulting the Chief Justice mother. So my question is, this precedent, how does it live with we Liberians? It said that anyone who insult the Chief Justice, in fact, the judiciary now, like the magistrate, the how you call them, the Circuit Court judge, it has become now a precedent, because now it has become a precedent. Anything that happened at the Supreme Court now, it become a precedent. Once they rule, it become a precedent. So I was trying to understand, because of recent, Mo Ali on the closing argument also raised that with the issue with the judges at the Supreme Court or the judiciary about how people are giving land out to people, and those are causes of land conflict in our country, how the judges or the judiciary is corrupt. So I wanted to understand what this one is a precedent, and how do Liberia move forward from here? And the case did not include Prophet Key, accusing the court of corruption. So now my question to you is, our constitution or the judiciary, does a case start with the Supreme Court themselves, or it start at the lower court? Because the reason I'm asking this question,
can I say something here, please?
Yeah.
I want to ask you, Ntapo. Your argument in this case is, in the ruling, they didn't mention Prophet Key allegation. They rule on an insult. So meaning the court is wrong. Is that the argument?
So that's just one of my arguments. Before answer.
So if that argument is, hold on. Let me give you another example now.
I'm coming
now. Go ahead.
I will try to be fast so that we can get most of your question out of the way as possible. That's just one of the arguments. Just causing somebody's mind is not tantamount to contempt of the Supreme Court. Simple, plain and simple.
That was the next question. Where do our jurisprudence start?
No, my question to you is, Takbo just answered, right? You said there was allegation in Prophet Key podcast, and the court only ruled on one. So because the court ruled on one, meaning the court is wrong, is that your argument?
My argument is, once you are in the how they call the Adura Camara Act, the free speech, the decriminalize the speech, the free speech does not give you that act that says you should not criticize. What Prophet Key did for me, in my mind, I feel that it was how they call it, I don't know, in law, I don't know, is that provoking or maybe demeaning the court? So the accusation he raised now, that's the point. The contempt, where was the contempt from? But the ruling did not carry the meaning.
So there where I want to guard you, and everybody that carrying the argument.
Okay.
You can be charged and taken to court on 200 different malicious and felonious crimes. They can have over 200 counts to 1,000 counts. And the court can decide to rule on one. For example, when Justice Janet was removed, all the counts that they labeled against Justice Janet, there only one that the Senate voted upon. So your argument, whether they had 200 counts against Prophet Key and only rule on one, That is at the discretion of the court. You can't say
So the
because the
so
allegation
the
of
Chief Justice
CRT
and
was
the Liberian
200
women
CRT.
is the Chief
What
Justice
is
the
your
Liberian
argument?
women.
Your argument is because the court ruled on one or the court did not rule on. Which is the argument?
So thank you
That's my
very
question
much.
to you.
I think thank you very much. D. CRT has answered his question. I will in my response, I'll answer CRT question. I'll go there. I don't claim to know the law. I'm not a lawyer. D. But you are just speaking to our point. Taylor was held on 14 count. He only got held for I think one, aiding and abetting through communication. But if anybody, a child who wasn't living during the time of the war, they read the ruling today, they know that Taylor is in jail because Taylor aided and abetted rebels in Sierra Leone. That's why he's going to jail. Assuming you just woke up from the dead yesterday, you go read the Supreme Court ruling. The only thing you see in the ruling is that he abused the mother of the Chief Justice, and he has been consistently abusing. Stop shaking your
Alvin,
head.
can you put the
That's
ruling
not
up for
that's
us?
not argument. The thing is
Let's
clear.
put
You
the
don't see
ruling up now
anything
that you
about
did it with Tapo. Let's put the ruling up.
I don't have a copy of the ruling here, but let me see if I can
I
find
mean, if you go right on my post, you will see the ruling there. But
Okay,
we have
let's put the
all read
ruling
our
up.
ruling multiple times. We all read
because
our ruling
again,
on
we have read
multiple
a
occasions.
ruling now.
The
There's
only
nothing
thing
there
in
that
our
indicate
ruling is
Prophet Key
invectives. The
accusing
Supreme Court used
is
the terms
invented.
invectives, and the fact that he's been abusing Liberian women, prominent Liberian women. That's the only thing in the ruling. And we are saying Jeb Marcos is not tantamount to contempt of the Supreme Court. Now, let me be clear. One thing that really gets to me in the whole Prophet Key issue and the court situation is the fact that when Prophet Key insulted the mother of George Weah, it was wrong. When Prophet Key insulted Joel Howard Taylor, it was wrong. When Prophet Key insulted Joseph Boyka's mom, it was wrong. When Prophet Key did it before, it was wrong, and it is wrong now. The Chief Justice, it doesn't live on planet Earth. Prophet Key insulted Judy Andy Tappet. Judy Andy Tappet decided not to leave her own with God. She decided to go through the court system like any normal Liberian would do. And she went. What the court system did is to look at the woman and say, speech was decriminalized, your case is thrown out. Double standard. You can say speech is decriminalized, but certain things you say you are held liable for it, which I agree.
Even by
That's
Bushiman
law.
Keita.
But why did that not apply in the case of Judy Andy? This wasn't for Liberian women. This was because the ego of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court was bruised. So the court took action. That's it. It was not tantamount to contempt of court.
Thank you.
And to answer your question, or to answer your question, CRT, like I said, I'll be very brief in my responses. Yes, there are contempt, and there are certain cases that do not originate in lower court. For example, if we went to the National Elections Commission, that case comes from the National Elections Commission, walks away from the election magistrate, the board of commissioner, it goes straight to the Supreme Court. In the case of contempt of the Supreme Court, it does not go through the regular, that's law. That's jurisprudence. So if the Supreme Court want to put you in jail urgently, ASAP, or the national legislature want to put you in jail urgently, they hold you in contempt. They call you and ask you for a reason why you shouldn't be held in contempt. The next time they pass judgment as to whether you give sufficient reason for not being held in contempt or for sufficient reason. In my lifetime, I've seen at least 2 occasions the national legislature sent Senator Abraham Dara Zelon to jail for contempt of the House of Representatives. The Liberian Senate, when I was working in the Liberian Senate as a legislative assistant to Adolphus Dolo, they sent 3 people to jail on a resolution that we still use in Liberia today that I personally have a problem with. What you run our election on today, those guys, 3 of them, they wrote insulting the Liberian Senate, that there were people who did not know what they were doing. So they help those people in contempt. So in contempt of the legislature, contempt of court, you don't go through the jurisprudence.
Thank you. So for me, again, I try to stay away from the legal debate. That's why we had the experts on here yesterday, and we have one more coming tomorrow. From what I understood, that the Prophet Key called integrity. He went after the entire bench.
He
And
called-
also, Kanio also said something about, you cannot separate the Chief Justice from the court.
yeah.
Chief Justice is the court. So when you go after the Chief Justice, it means that you're going after the court. And when you try to question the integrity of the Supreme Court, then it becomes a problem. Again, that's why he said yesterday, I'm just quoting from him.
And it's true, Alvin, I agree with you. The point I'm making to D is everything you just said is true, is rooted in law. My counselor told me that. I agree. However, if you read the ruling, Alvin, you will not see any of those things that you just named. It's just about inventive.
Thank you.
But I think I sent you the ruling. Can you put it up, please?
Yeah, I will put it up. Cyrus, over to you. Your one question. Then we will. As you see, we are having a conversation, so it's good this way.
I'm listening to you guys. Lawrence, thank you for being on the show. Good to see you guys. But let me be clear again. Yesterday, Kanye came here and misinformed the public, and I remain on man. I'm here to say what I say yesterday. It's right. So Kanye came out yesterday and told us, he gave this, he wrote an article with citation Milton Weeks, Parker versus this. I read those stuff. When you look at case law, it's a reference law. It references cases that have been adjudicated in the past, and the case law has to be similar because it's a comparison law. You go through that and see and say, okay, this so and so year this thing happened. But Milton versus Weeks, how they call it, Milton Weeks, Taji, what he did, yes, what he said at the Supreme Court, I mean at the radio station, he said the Supreme Court was rotting from the head to toe. So the entire Supreme Court, he accused them. And one thing is that we need to recognize here that Milton was the information minister at the time, and he's a government official. So whatever he says, he can be held reliable. Parker versus Will Colley, because she was disrespected to Madam the Justice Will Colley when she went to receive her goods from America. She went to her office, she presented her call card, and Parker assistant took Will Colley to Parker's office, and Parker got mad, and he used words that were disrespectful to her. When she went to the court, they asked questions, and she was held in contempt. But the case that we are discussing here is different. And yesterday, Kanye misinformed the public that the Supreme Court is a body. When he says something, it includes everybody. But that's not true. Let me be specific here. So look at this. There is something in our law they call gross violation. If one person on the Supreme Court bench, for example, if the person took bribe, and the law says that that particular justice can be held reliable. So that does it mean that, so if one person took a bribe in a Supreme Court bench, it means that everybody? So there is a separation. So for Kanye to come here yesterday and say, okay, the Supreme Court is a body, yes, it's true, but you can be reliable for your own crime if you exhibit any situation that leads you to what we call gross violation. So yesterday he didn't say that. So today I have read all the things that you said yesterday, all the case law he quoted in the thing. I read everything. There's nothing similar to Prophet Key case. Prophet Key pointed his word directly to one person. And the question here is whether contain, not contain. He accused the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia for being corrupt, taking bribe, but the case didn't talk about it. The only thing they brought here is what? Insult. abuse. So where are we with this case? I rest my case. I have no question for Lawrence.
Okay,
Takbor.
Oh, sorry, Chakbo.
that's what we have here. So yeah,
Sorry, Chakbo. My team not too clear today. That's why. Sorry.
that's okay. So can you say he's going to? I spoke with him. Can you say he's going to come back to?
I would love to have him back.
Yeah. So we'll come back. Well, I got a question for you. Takwa, before we go to Sid, Lorena, Amma, and then Luscious.
My man, you're not come to me yet. Why you didn't?
If I put it back, you've been injecting here and there. So that's disturbing.
Oh, so meaning I will not make my point.
So Councillor Gonglo happens to be one of the supporter. I think one of the person that supported the Kamara's Freedom of Speech Act.
That's correct.
A very respected councillor in our nation, international as well.
Sure.
He has a side on this, and he has sided with the Supreme Court.
Oh.
Right. So let's put Kanye on one side, and all of us here again, not to see and look at anyone in the negative way. We are not lawyers. We are not lawyers. We have not been trained to be lawyers whatsoever. We don't even have that experience. So if someone like Councillor Gonglo is making this point, someone that channel this whole freedom of speech stuff,
right,
and then we are still questioning the court decision. Don't you think that there's something there that we are missing? Again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't even claim to, but just from a rational.
Thank you very much.
Takwa, before you take that, can I give a quick answer, maybe something quickly to for the public?
Okay.
So what Councillor Gonglo did not address is the corruption issue. Gonglo specifically specified when it comes to the insult or maybe the abuse to the Chief Justice mom. So yes, under the law, under the case law, I think I forgot the other case. Yes, somebody can be held reliable if you abuse to that level. But what Councillor Tiawan Gonglo did not address to the public is what this guy accused the Chief Justice for corruption. Councillor Tiawan Gonglo did not address that issue. He only addressed the insult issue. I rest my case. I will please take it from there.
So like I said, Avi, I will answer your question. Councillor Gonglo is one person who I have tremendous respect for. He's a very good friend to my father, and his knowledge in law and he has made many lawyers and served as the president of the Bar Association. I think Brother Sam just mixed it up a little bit. Councillor Gonglo, basically what he did in that post, in his response, Avi, is to stand behind the Supreme Court to say, at some point, we all will not agree with what the Supreme Court did. But we should at every given point make sure that there's confidence reposed in the Supreme Court so that the Republic is not broken down. That's what I personally understand from Councillor Gonglo. And the reason why his response was important is because people look to them for guidance in these cases. Councillor Gonglo did not really address the Prophet Key issue. Councillor Gonglo was appealing to all of us to maintain the integrity of the code. He actually did not even, he called into question most of what the allegation that was levied against the Chief Justice. He called into question, he said that casts doubts over the administration of justice. Even though he's an opposition, but he has done his best to make sure that the integrity of the code is maintained so that the Republic continues. But contrary to Councillor Gonglo's post and most other renowned lawyers' posts, that ruling, the judgment, is contrary to all of that. The judgment only speaks to abuse. I would just hold it there because, again, the court is the court. Like my big brother Lawrence put it to me last night. He said, at your job, you supervisor there when people can ask. All the staff that are there. the opinion will not matter. That what you tell the people are what will matter. And in this case, all of us' opinion do not matter. The Supreme Court opinion, whether it is right or it is wrong, that's what will become law and gospel in our country.
Yeah, because I'm looking at
But the Supreme Court's wrong. The Supreme Court's wrong when they overstep the boundary, they abuse their power. I stand by that. Listen to me, Avi. While we're on this, do you know that on September 9 of 2022, former defense minister, former elected senator, and not inducted into office, Brenny Samuka, called Yamin Kwekwe Gbaise a legally corrupt judicial figure? Did you know that?
Yeah, I saw that. So,
Yes.
but here, before we go to the other folks here, here's my take though. If you and 17 have talked about the ruling, and I got it here, I'm gonna post it here, for us to take a look at it. You guys talk about they only cited abuse, but the court gave the reason why they cited abuse, and they quoted Article 15 in the Constitution. So if we all agree that this is the highest court in the country, when they make decision or they render opinion, it becomes law. And these people are saying X, Y, Z, and it has become law. But yet and still, we are questioning what they are saying. We are questioning their integrity or questioning their decision, their opinion. That becomes something that we have to take a look at. But Sis Lorena, what's your say? I know you said you don't want to talk about this. You have not talked about this. But that's what we have on here tonight.
Sis Lorena can choose to talk about
Good evening to all of you. Good evening to the guests. So, like I said, I really don't have to hurt my head on things that I cannot change. And as far as we know the Supreme Court is the final institution that gave justice in our country. And the Supreme Court has set a precedent. And so a precedent it is. So I don't have anything to say about this case. But like I said, I have said repeatedly, I think it's late because a lot of people who were innocent, they didn't do anything to persecute. They are victims of insulting them, their family, their sister, So I remember one time, so I just think it's kind of late. I wish Sis Judy Andy case was a civil case, and then they went through the court, and then she got justice as well. I just wish a lot of people have gotten justice in the past. So for me, I don't have anything to say whether he's right, because if he hasn't insulted me before as a person, and so if I could come and argue, who knows tomorrow I could become his victim. And so I just think the action is late, and I think a lot of people now have that courage that maybe they can even get into court, because there are a lot of videos that say, passing around, they can get into court for that. Yes, and say, a civil case and go through it and see what becomes the penalty. But other than that, I think when he comes from the court, from jail, I think he's going to, like he said during the hearing, you're going to modify and his tone, change your approach. Maybe if he meant that, he would do that. Other than that, I don't have a question. I'm not for those who say the code is wrong. I'm not.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you. It says that Article 15 of 1986 Liberian Constitution guarantees freedom of speech to all citizens, but with the caveat that the individual shall be responsible for the abuse thereof.
So why didn't Sis Julie get justice under that Article 15 Constitution?
Because Sis Julie, when she filed a criminal
she sued criminally, yes, because your speech can be criminal if it hurts people.
Yeah.
Your speech can be criminal if it hurts people.
Now, I don't want to spin it politically here, but from all we know, he went and he was caught. He was freed by some big hands that were behind that. And he stated that several times. I'm the only man that can go to jail and come by the same day. So who knows what was behind. We don't want to speculate, but hey, I think I agree with you. I think it should have been handled a different way. But over to you, Amma. Your one question, then we'll go to Elisha. Not Elisha, but the other Elisha. We can hear you, Ama. You
Might say
muted.
mute, yeah.
I'm gonna want to borrow me your time. Then I
CC,
come
you
back.
muted. CC, you muted. We can hear
I'm
you.
gonna want to borrow me your time. Then I'll come back after my meeting.
Ama, message my boy. You have time.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so I get 3 minutes. I came to attend my kids' school meeting. So sorry, you my brother. Yeah. Also, Mr. Mabia, thank you for coming here. And I mean, we all have been observing these things. I don't have a 100% question to you because you answer almost all of the questions. So we just coming up with analysis and what are the changes going to come. But my take on this entire thing is that the court ruling in my own kind of way it got nothing to do with law. It is a fair way to intimidate Prophet Key. But that would be the only means to bring him down. Because this guy have been using those words long before. And because of that, they have been trying to get rid of him. But at that time, people were benefiting from him. And secondly, he was out of Liberia. He was not in Liberia. And so because of that, they could not get hold of him. But the oppositions who are now the ruling establishment, they also benefited from his abuse. So then how would they come and just get rid of him and say what he been saying was not correct? And so because of that, they remained mute at that time. So they used the justice system to bring him down. Because when the Supreme Court says things, it does not go anywhere again. That's the end. That's the fun. That's the stem. The best stem. You cannot unstamp it. But here is the thing. If they are gone to the court, and then the court requests or focus on the allegation of corruption, that would have been a big case. And that alone will bring doubt, but cloud over the court. Because it will not just be like that. Paraki is not just speaking. He's speaking through people who have carried information to him, who carry documents. So when it goes that way, the Chief Justice will be implicated, wherein the issue of recusing yourself. Yeah, you will be asked to recuse yourself. And so when they take that aspect, then nobody will allow him because you have been charged with corruption or you have been accused of corruption. So exactly the case is on him directly. So on the basis of that, you will recuse yourself. And you will not like to do that. So what they did cleverly was to use the abuse that everybody knows that it's wrong. Almost everybody in Liberia knows that the abuse was wrong. And so when they say those things, when they use the abuse, there will be public sentiments. And exactly that's what's happening. So the main thing we should focus on, people talking about court integrity like this and like that. The integrity of the court is the fairness of the court. So when the court is corrupt, should we not say it? Because we want to maintain the integrity of the court, then we shouldn't say the court is corrupt. So there have been even allegations of Amara Kone. Amara Kone clearly said it, that the court is corrupt. Why they can't hold in contempt? Why they can't bring in? The former defense minister said it again, though he used legally, we get another interpretation. But this is political. Again, I believe even this new government, they want to carry on corruption, or they are carrying on corruption, and they don't want for public to discuss it. And so what they're doing is to intimidate whosoever that will come in to discuss those things. That's what they're doing. And that another political aspect that we ourselves, who follow politicians, got to be careful. Senator Johnson became politically adamant in the hands of politicians in Liberia because he was betrayed during the civil crisis. And so when it happened, When Amos Sawyer and all of those people, when it happened to them, he left. When he came back, he did not listen to anybody. And that is the same thing with Peraki, similarly, not as if not same. Peraki has helped them. They are now in power and enjoying their power. They make it Peraki to be the bad person. Let us say Prince Joseph was a warlord. He can kill, he did this. That is the same thing they're doing to Peraki. So we all that follow politicians should be very careful. But the court have been accused of being corrupt, and I think we believe it now.
Thank you. And the same thing, Megan always brings some tap discussion. I see Megan.
So
yeah. Hold on. I beg you.
I gotta respond to the man.
Yeah. So I think I have some point that you been silent me.
But you can't.
About respond to the man.
So I want to disagree with Aloysius. What my niece said a little bit different. I'm from the ruling establishment. I'm one of those who strongly believe we do not have the moral rectitude to call people to order. Which you could say I'm wrong because we condoned those things in the past. Like, remember, one day I was listening to Yege. Yege insulted the sitting vice president. We didn't say anything about those things. So when he insulted the president, I'm like, what goes around comes around. He shouldn't be doing this, but we condone it in the past. Those are not things that should be done. One other place I disagree with, and I will just close on, if this would be my closing on this issue, I disagree with Aloysius is that there was nothing that could be done from Prophet Key. Prophet Key is from Nimba. From Nimba, we are very traditional. You are from Buya or Aloysius, you are very traditional. Having all of you are here. Even says Lorena, she know how traditional we are from Nimba. Prophet Key is from District 6, one of the most traditional districts. Senokoga. You see the picture of me and Prophet Key though? Our Onkoga camping trail. That Onkoga camping trail. I saw Senokoga posting. That picture on Senokoga camping trail when me and Prophet Key were campaigning for Senokoga. We are traditional people. There was something that could be done before now. None of those things were done. None of those things. There were things that could have been done to save the reputation of our country, and our state. But today we are here, we are. The Supreme Court opinion is what matters the more all. I disagree with it today. I think they overstepped the bar and said about president. I disagree with it. But the word is law and gospel in Liberia right now. So I will appreciate it. We'll move on to the next topic. If Amma and DK wanted to bring it up a little bit, we'll address it. But I appreciate we transition more into District 5 politics.
Yeah, shortly, I'm going for a meeting. Shortly, I'll be back. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. All right, man. Go for a meeting. I don't know if the people from Buya will call you yesterday for that thing you said.
I'm waiting to discuss it even in depth. So
okay, go cover.
Yeah, I'm coming back quick. Just a few minutes.
So I'm over to you, DK. Let me begin. I'm going again.
Yeah, I wanted to get guys Sumo before he go, but if he want to go, then go the men are be men, a CDC men are stand men, so he operating 2 capacity.
DK, you want to talk?
So yeah, Amma, let me come here. There is the thing that we're confusing. One of the things we're confusing that Aloysius said, and the two Aloysius said was, they keep making reference to Judy Annie case that the court did not rule. There were legal scholar people who did law need to be clear with you. The court does not go out looking for cases. We need to be careful. The court will only judge a case or hear a case that is before them. So when people make reference to, why the court did not make decision about Judy Annie case did not go to the Supreme Court. For you to blame the Supreme Court of not ruling on that, then we are wrong. Judy Annie case apparently went to the lower court, and whatever the lower court did there and threw it out, you can't blame the Supreme Court on that. The Supreme Court does not go out looking for cases. In Judy Annie case, there's a legal, I think it's a Latin word that they say, the court cannot sua sponte, meaning the court will not do for you what you're supposed to do for yourself. When you're taking issues to court, dot your R and cross your T properly. It's not only in Liberia that court cases are throughout. The last thing is somebody said the case was why the rule on only causing and this. That's why I told Alvin to put it on. I made reference yesterday when people are saying about this, say, why you say conventionally? The only law that different in Liberia, the Liberia Constitution. All law around the world is how they say that why people live in Liberia, even go to law school in Sweden. Because you setting law as conventional course. When you commit a crime, whether it's civil or not, and you apologize, the case does not end. That's a mistake we're making here. That particular theory came from the person that killed Martin Luther King. Before them in law, when you do something, having you commit, oh yes, I did it, I'm sorry, the court is done. But when somebody that's supposed to kill Martin Luther King, for example, kill Martin Luther King, and you're paying court and say, then the lawyer now decided that there are conspiratory crimes. So your admittance does not allow you to say when you admit, then the case stops. Meaning there are people behind your actions that the court or the law need to go beyond that. So that when you admit to a crime, the prosecutor, after he prosecuted and went and sat by and apologized, the case does not end from there. Because there are conspiratory crimes, because there are people who pay prosecutor to talk for them. So we keep missing the real thing here that we need to look at. That's why it was good. We can disagree. Talk about the reference you made to Bernie Samuka. At the time, Justice Bassey was in the lower court.
He was nominated.
No.
Yes.
But he was not the Supreme Court bench. When he made that case, he had already ruled as a lower court judge against Bernie Samuka. And you know why we're talking this case? Because the ruling had already been made. Nobody was discussing the case when it was before the Supreme Court. So if you read what Tiawan said, and even Kanye said, he said, it's good that we're discussing it now because the case had been adjourned and the court had already ruled. So in the public opinion, it was necessary for us to do that. When Bernie Samuka was making that allegation against Justice Bassey, the case against him had already been done. So it was a commentary. The case was not before Yamin Bassey for Bernie Samuka to make that comment. And two, Amara did not accuse the Supreme Court or any member of the Supreme Court. Amara said the court is corrupt. And you know who's saying that? Is Amara Kone, who said the court is corrupt. So we need to be careful and know who's speaking. That's the point I wanted to make.
So those elective justice.
Let me, I think, can borrow just 5 seconds.
Yes.
So yesterday I told I think DK agreed with me that the case law cannot be overturned, and which is still not right. The case law, if it does not favor the citizen, the majority of the country, the legislation can be passed and it can be overturned. Again, if you don't agree with me, go back to I think the case citation is right here where the case was overturned. So let me go in. I will get the citation by DK.
No, you see what saying Bale is doing to the public? Mm-hmm. You mean when the Supreme Court rule on case, the legislature, for instance, they rule in Bernie Samuka case, for example, the Supreme Court rule.
The president can be overturned by the Supreme Court. The president can be overturned.
The only Supreme Court do that. Why are you talking about legislature? And you know when the Supreme Court do that,
who made a case law?
Hold on. Case law. Wait, so stop confusing yourself. Stop that. When we say the Supreme Court is the only arbiter, when the Supreme Court made their own mistake, they review their action among themselves. Legislature cannot overturn Supreme Court ruling. Stop that.
Listen,
y'all go ahead.
Now understanding here is that they would say case law, that opinion from the Supreme Court turns to case law.
Can I come in?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna ask you. Go ahead. I'm gonna ask you one question.
Thank you. Thank you, CEO, and good evening to all of the panelists. For me, I completely believe that this particular Prophet Key issue is a distraction. Unity Party planning strategically to take Liberian, to distract the Liberian people from the main issues that have to do with many of the GAC reports, that have to do with Nima County. We just came from County me that people spend contributed some or get $10, $20. The county team is here to make a comprehensive report to the county. Right, some then just because they finish using the money, they come to town, no comprehensive report to be made to the county. How they use the Nima County Development Fund, because funds left the Nima County Social Development Fund and went strictly to that particular account. That they need to explain to the people of Nima how they use their money. If any change left, that they can replace it by the boy, a writing boss that is breaking down all over. It cannot even reach Morovia now. They are waking up saying that they are being Nima village in Morovia in Keresburg. At the same time, getting kickback from the construction company, and they are paying compounds all over that they need to account for. So these are many important issues that Nima have and the country have, that Unity Party strategically distracting the Liberian people and bringing Prophet Key and non issues. The man is a 0%. If we are in a real civilized society, we should not even be discussing a man like that on a public radio. We should not even be dignifying him. People will find it difficult to even identify with him in society. Nobody, like the way Eastern is looking right now in the United States, people that even used to identify with him before, they are regretting, they are coming up popularly. You know, the moment, how you call it, the Eastern file was released, Bitcoin dropped immediately because he is one of the founders of Bitcoin. So people then like that, they are destroyers of society and our moral and standard values. I don't want to dignify him, but for Unity Party to continue to use it as a distraction for us not discussing the main issue, that is a major problem that I have. And I want to say to the guests who have questions, who want to know your workings. Since the election, because others and other citizens, as we sit on the show, they say after the election, you can run away, you go in a state. When they say a few months to election, then you come back. Is that how you will win? This is the question that someone sent to me for me to ask you, Tapo.
Oh, you get your own question.
CDC Ama, thank you very much. First of all, Unity Party has nothing to distract. And again, I'm not here to defend Unity Party. I'm not a spokesperson for Unity Party. But Unity Party has nothing to distract on. In as much as I'm not totally satisfied with the what my party, you know, I think my party has the capacity, the ability to do more. I think in 2 years, they have really surpassed the CDC-led government, whatever CDC-led. I know the thing they're distracting from, that the new quota road they're being from Raosport to Madina, that it is distracting from, or that the overhead bridge they're building in Congo Town is distracting from, or the way they come in build new road, or what they play that way distracting from. But I'm a business. Come on. To those who say when the election is over, I can run away, I come to America. And when they elect 2 weeks to the election, I can go back. Go tell them, see, I say that's not true. And I will stay responsible in my response to this question. Yes, I have been based in America for a little bit, but I am in a district more than a lot of people who are contested with. For example, before we went to the last election in Liberia, I was one of the candidates who toured the district the most between 2024 and 2025. This CEO here is a witness to that. I think CIOT can attest to that. And a lot of people who follow me on social media as DKY, they can attest to that. Matter of fact, Ama, did you know that the sitting representative, after this election, the sitting representative have been to the district once? Did you know that it's just me, the sitting representative, and Jackson Yu are the only 3 people who had gone back to the district and said thank you to the people for voting. The representative happened in January. Mine happened in August. 2 weeks after the elections. I toured the entire district. I didn't call the people to my hometown and kick out for them and say, yo, thank you for voting for me. I am the only candidate who took part in the 2025 by-elections and went to every single town that I went to campaign in to go back to the people and tell them thank you. Traditionally and morally, the people said they've never seen that before. Not even from Representative Koga, now Senator Koga. They've never seen any candidate who takes part in an election and miserably lost the election come back to them to say, yo, thank you for voting. Even though you didn't vote for me this time, but I believe there's more time to come, yo, thank you. Ask anybody who is familiar with Booyah politics. I'm the only candidate that have done that, and I pride myself in that. You know what I also told the people? I told the people every promise that was made on the campaign trail by me, those promises will be fulfilled. And you know what, Amma? By this weekend, by the grace of God, PKS will carry life. The tuition for the children that we promised, we will start making good unpaying tuition starting this weekend. And we'll start in Yaole. We'll start in DK Wayhun. Nyale is where we're starting from, paying the children's school fee for both the medalist school.
So why you gotta reference my picking leader now?
Because DK, my man, DK, you know, against all odds of everything that went on, even when my own party did not believe in me, DK, where he talked by me, DK said if that boy will lose me and he will lose together, and I respect that man for that. And so that's the reason why I want to start in your hometown. We start this weekend in Yaonyale. We pay the student school fee both in the government school and in a private school, in the medalist school that there. This weekend, my team is on the ground. We are going to start fulfilling the promise, all of the promises we made during the 2025 election. So anybody who says, oh, the man, when after election, he can run away and go to America, I don't know if they know what they're talking about. But we have our hair on our shoulder and we know what we are doing. And at the appropriate time, our work will speak for itself. I hope that answered that person's question. Whoever person was speaking through you, I hope it answered the question.
That Piggy is notorious for getting questions from other people. He can ask his own question, get questions from other people. But I think that's a really great answer. Again, hats up to you for right after election in August, when, you know, after spending all the money, thousands and thousands of dollars, losing the election, but then staying there to
CEO, 1 minute. Breaking news. CEO, I and Lorena Corrin went together without electricity. The Christmas left gone. So it is not I and you know, see how it is that they were booking me. They say my current thing, I can't buy current. It's so good, me and her went up together.
Who do you?
Thank you, CEO.
Speak for yourself and leave this.
EDC gone, CEO. We on the scene line. EDC gone, CEO. Moreover, in total darkness.
All right, thank you.
Mohammed Sharif carry his light. Mohammed Sharif carry his light.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the show, Tabata Ambassador. Man, I change your name, Chris. Yeah.
Thank you, CEO. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So, see what I know this is Booyah politics here, but we will open it up to the rest of the crew. We can ask our second question to Takbo. It could be Booyah or it could be Unity Party. I have questions. I have a lot of questions for him, but I don't want to take over the show and just ask him. So we'll go over to you. From there, we'll go to Sam, and then Aloysius.
Since Lorena did not have the opportunity to ask questions,
well, light is up. I know she's available. Since Lorena, you available to ask?
She said that she never wanted to ask because she has said it here over and over.
We finish with that now.
We finish with that thing. That's the reason why, like, if she, well, yeah, if she comes back,
yeah, when she comes back, we'll get on. Shelter, let's go to you.
Yeah, CEO. I mean, now we are in Booyah, and all is about Nimba, and like Takpopole with Koto. You know, that boy is a learned young man, and aspiring, Nimbaran. My concern, every Nimbaran concern of late, is about the representation of Buyao. Not particularly to Takbo, because he from the Unity Party, I know he will have his own issues, but Nimba being one of the vote rich that contributed hugely to the election of the Unity Party, I sit sometime and see how the appointments, is being done. And up till now, Bu Yao as one of the stronghold, I would say, for this going election. It was one of the districts that gave a very huge support to the Unity Party, even with the by-election with Senator Koga. They equally supported the Unity Party. And you being a stalwart of the Unity Party and an aspiring leader of district number 5, why being your contribution or advocacy for Buyao? Because if I stand to be corrected, Buyao does not have a single assistant minister position for presidential appointment. What is happening? Had there been any engagement that you could give us a feedback? Reason why Buyao is being treated the way they are being treated now? We are in the 3rd year of the government.
I also stand to be corrected. I don't think there's a director. You say assistant minister, but I don't think there's a director from Buyao. The people that are below the assistant minister. And I have been clear on this issue multiple times. I have brought this up to the vice president. I've been clear. I've brought this up to the vice president. I have brought this up to the president of the Republic of Liberia. And I've said it anywhere I go. Buyao was not one of the strongest districts in Nimba. Well, first of all, let's establish that Nimba County was the strongest county when it comes to giving vote to Unity Party. Nimba was the strongest county. We voted 74%. No other county voted 74% for the Unity Party in the 2023 elections. And in Nimba County, as per percentage, Buyao was the strongest district. We voted 12% above the county average, while the rest of the county was averaging 74%. Buyao voted for Unity Party 86%. That has always been the pattern. Even when the vice president was running for senator, Buyao district, Tua River district, and Tabeda district were the district that delivered the Senate to the vice president, which eventually got him to where he is today. But the form and manner in which Buyao has been treated when it comes to dividends, how appointments are done. Now, in fact, other than Jesse Meame, who the vice president made sure he got something to do at Nokal, I'm not sure if there's any prominent son of Buyao who has been given something comfortable in this government to do. I think that is wrong. I'm a supporter of the Unity Party. We campaign for the Unity Party using resources, money, and time. I think that is wrong. I think that needs to change. I will add my voice to the voice of Senator Samuel Koga and other prominent citizens of Buyao who believe this needs to change for the Unity Party to succeed. Not only are we not getting jobs in the government, the president had always told me, my son, the government is not big enough to absorb everybody. We need to look into the private sector. I agree. Not only are we not getting jobs, but we are not getting dividends. When is the quota? People can come on the show. People can go on every show. They can talk about all the roles in Liberia. I have not heard one person talk about the road that will lead from Bam to go to Butu. I have not heard one person talking about the urgency attached to taking electricity to Buyao. And those are some of my disappointments in Koto. Koto is very robust when it goes to setting about how the street level operation is in Senikole, how the street level operation is in Ganta and Tabeta. I don't hear Koto talking about how the street light situation is in Blole. I don't hear Koto talking about how the street light situation is in Butuo. To the extent that our election, the result was supposed to be tabulated in Butuo, but because the cellular infrastructure in Butuo was so bad, you can't get network, you can't get internet. We had to pull personal strings for the tower in Butuo to be upgraded. That is terrible. That needs, for some of us, that's where we were born, that's where we come from. It hurts us. If I was living in Liberia full time today, I would live in Yaoglole. Because did you know from Yaoglole to Ganda is less than 2 hours? So technically you can take 6 hours from Glole to Monrovia. Our people deserve better. They're not only voters, they're not only tools to vote. They deserve better healthcare delivery system. It is my understanding that the vice president had embarked on the construction of few hospitals around the district. One happens to be in my hometown of Yaoglole, and another one is in Butuo. That is not enough. We need to do more for the people of Buyao. I stand with Senator Koga on this one. I add my voices to the many voices of Buyao that the Unity Party government is not treating us fair, and that needs to change.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm unapologetic about that.
Yeah, Unity Party government. I personally, I've been singing that song here over and over. I think they're making fun of our people, which is very, very unfortunate. But sadly, the people, the leaders, I wish we had more people like yourself. I say this all the time, not because you are here. Those that even contested along with you, I wish we had more of them on here or everywhere else speaking like the way you were speaking. I think Cornelius Merriman did the same thing the last time. But, they are all afraid. Everybody's afraid. They just say behind the scene and they're scared to talk. Yeah, but they'll call you and then they say, this and that. They're treating our people bad and they're treating you, we're not doing it. But then they're afraid to come out to say it, which I think is cowardice. I think
that's the thing. Somebody just mentioned in the comment section, even when Nima Kante procured those yellow machines, back in the days, I don't remember how many went to Buyao district. Ban is no longer part of Buyao. Ban is on its own. We are Biada too, is where Buyao starts from. There's no vocational training institution in that place. There's and every time I come on this show, or every time I go on a public platform, I say there's two very substandard high schools in Buyao. Very, very substandard. My team and I are considering opening an internet, a Starlink internet browsing a space in Blosewado High School, at least to be used as a library for students around the district. We are still considering that. Hopefully in the next academic year, we will start to pile up that when we are done with some of the things that we have on our agenda. We are seriously considering taking internet to Blosewado, but it's the entire district, over 50,000 people, have two very substandard high school. One is in Butuo. Avin Seka is familiar with the high school in Butuo.
Yeah.
All of the teachers in the district, 90% of our teachers in the district are all volunteer teachers. Even the ones that are on government payroll, they struggle to get salary. That's the reason why our people struggle to send their children to school. If this pattern continues, our people will consistently be left behind. That is unacceptable. And I, Takwa Eloisius Mambia, I'm unapologetic about this.
Unacceptable to the core. And I think you can be a politician, you can be a party, you can be a Unity partisan and still speak for your people. And I think our leaders need to all get together and speak out like the way you are speaking out in one voice. You can't have a whole community, District 5, that play a major role in bringing this government to prominence, and we don't have anything while the other guys are, having good time.
We
and
can show nothing for it today. My cousins, and my brother from Tapeta, they can boast of quota, they can boast of electricity. You know the business activity that will be booming in Booyah today. If the quota come from Bang and go to Butuo, regardless of where it passes, whether it passes through Blole or whether it passes through or Lepula and go through Butuo, it doesn't matter where it passes. But the level of economic activity, we are the highest cocoa producing district in Nima County. There's no way for us to even bring our cocoa to town, for our farmers to bring their cocoa to town, because we have deployable. Ask everybody who was on the campaign trail. Two of my vehicles left on the campaign trail.
Thank you. Thank you. To our followers, I want to say thank you again for following our show. This is BKS Heat Hour. We come on here at 9 p.m. Liberian time and 4 p.m. Eastern time every day. Today we are hosting Takpo Mambia from District Number 5, former representative candidate of District Number 5. He's on here tonight talking everything from the Perfect case to District Number 5, Unity Party, and everything. So thank you so much for following. Again, we ask that you visit our BKS TV page, like it, follow it for more updates. Sam, over to you. Ndana, the man got connection with District 5. So if you don't have questions about District 5, you can talk about Unity Party, because I think you're leaning that way small.
Yeah. Thank you, Arvin. God, thank you for being on the show again. I listening to your voice. I can see the leadership in your voice. I think everybody who have passion for their district to be able to speak out. I think the gentleman, what his name, the representative, is what, Porter?
Yeah, Honorable.
Yeah. Okay,
So-
he was here the last time, and he spoke pretty well for some of the things that he's doing in his district. I'm not too familiar with those districts at this point, but I think that from the way he spoke, I think he's doing his best. What I would say in this case is we can express our sentiment in a kind of way, but what I would really suggest to the government of Liberia is, I believe in the decentralization. When we decentralize the government, I think I'm part of you. My district, I'm from Tua River. I think there are a lot of things that are lacking in Tua River. We got one big high school in Gapley that is pretty much broken down, and the roof and all of those things. So I think if we decentralize the government, those areas will benefit, because in my mind, gentlemen, maybe I could be wrong. In my mind, no one person can do it all. Even if we have, let's say, for example, we have 4 representatives from, maybe 2 or 3 from one district, would that be the case? No. Representative cannot do it all. This is where my concern comes in when it comes to representative being role. Yes, they can do quick impact, but does it really mean that representative can build a role? No. So we have to just advocate for the public works to go to those areas and do construction, like electricity. I don't think even my district, Tua River, I don't know, I don't know how many years it would take for us to get those things on that side. But and when we decentralize the government, I think it will make more sense versus having one representative thinking that he would do all. It's not possible. Look at, I don't know how big is Booyah, but I think for my maybe observation, I think district number 4 is the biggest district. Yeah, Chris, don't shake your head, because what I'm saying is that
Chris is right. Tabeda district is the biggest district in Nimba County.
well, let's look at district number 4, Cry River. Takwa, maybe you might have traveled around there, or you might have not traveled. But let's take it from where Gompu Kagon, then from Ball, because from Ball area there, it goes all the way to the Sesto River, where you get Sayi Town. Those places, I believe you guys are not even visited there. Kanole area, then. Those places that you guys are not visited there. So I think, and it connects part of Bill. So if you shaking your head, Chris, I don't know whether you're travel to Sayi Town, Kanole, and all those places, or you can shake your head all you want.
But I'm not shaking your head, but sir, we're looking at the fact, though. We're looking at the fact, the number.
I will just hold you there, because I'll be leaving soon. Should be leaving 30-45 minutes each. I'll just hold you there. District 6 is actually the biggest district in land size. It comes all the way into District 5. It comes all the way into Bo, the Bo area, all the way there. From Tabeta is big. It's not even close. Where you get Babli on the other side. If they really end up giving us 2 seats, that's one of the districts that will be affected. That district is huge. I will tell you that. I'm very familiar with District 4. I am familiar with Mandiable. I have family in Mandiable. We use that route to Boble all the time. But more besides to the real issue, I don't think we have to wait for decentralization before we get things like electricity in Boble. Boble is in Ivory Coast. You are from District 4. Boble is in Ivory Coast. All the bio towns along the belt, they're basically in Ivory Coast. I'm from Booyah. We have almost 17 crossing points with Ivory Coast. The LSG line is coming through. The reason why Tabeta has current today, because the current came from Zwedru, from Grand Gide. That is, Tabeta is further away from the border than we are. Why are they not connecting another line from Benwie to come in, which comes through Butuo to give us current? From the Kora play Doba, is it Doba? Yeah, I think it's out Doba or Kwan play.
Doba, Butuo with Doba.
Yes, from Boble, right? At Doba there. It comes Butuo una Doba, right?
Yeah, Butuo una Doba.
It has a small town over there before you go to Zonwe. Now, Boble has a small town before you go to. I just forgetting about that town. It's right there. And all those villages along the border, they all have electricity. Why are we not connecting the line? It doesn't take long time. It takes innovation, persistent leadership. Right now, the representative of Tabeta district, who I'm very proud, is my cousin. He pushed, and today we have into law the Tabeta Vocational Training Institute. The woman who is the sitting president of United Methodist University, the former president of Nima County Community College, is going to be the president of that institution. That's even if in Tuanglikia whole representative bid, he doesn't do anything. That's something that will live after him and after him and after him. He and I took the bill to the vice president that day for the vice president's signature, and the president signed on his birthday for that. So the leadership in the district takes a lot. If the leader knows what they're doing, they know what they're supposed to go after, certain things are delivered. Tabeta will have a full functioning vocational training institute. We need that in Booyah.
I think our honorable, he talked about something that I don't know, he talked about it or he's trying to
We need that in Booyah. We need leadership that knows what it's doing. Persistently go where you would disagree with your own people. You would disagree with people who made you, people who you believe in. You would tell them, Chief, I respect you, I understand they want, but I beg you. Our people deserve this. That what one look at there, you got Vocational Training Institute in Tabeta today.
Well, so I think we're saying the same thing, but maybe in a different tone. Because when it comes to the electoral districts, that There are certain things that are really lacking. But yeah, Butro has been one of those places that have been well known from day one. Butro is supposed to have, supposed to have good electricity. Even back in the day, Butro was a really good place because of the war. But I think it will be a really good thing for Butro to have electricity. But in my mind, yes, it's true. We don't have to wait for decentralization, but it's a key point too, because again, like I said before, I conclude here, we can talk. I think that young man is talking, but he alone, and I think it's tough for him. I listened to his tune here the other day. He's a guy that has really passion for the district. I've been following him for some time too. But to add on, it's the one that is difficult because remember now, the regulation is just everybody talking, which is a good thing. But our people need to know that Liberia is not a big country. We are less populated country. So this thing can be done until we can really realize that the country Liberia is ours. We can do it. But all the millions of millions of dollars that are going to individual pocket, those things can be utilized and build those places, in the right way. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I know our guest has not too long here to go, but we'll go to the Tabata ambassador. I know he just came. He hasn't been able to ask his question yet. So, Chris, over to you. We'll have you ask your one question, and then our guest will respond. Sis Lorena, let us know if you're back. If you are back, you can ask. If not,
thank you. Thank you, CEO. Good evening, Dr. Paul. I think after the election, this is my first time I was often to see you after your district election. Before I ask my question, are you still a assistant secretary for Unity Party USA Kenya, or are you the acting secretary?
So the Unity Party leadership in the United States has been temporarily dissolved. There's an acting chairperson. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't hold that portfolio anymore after elections. Right now, I'm a mayor partisan. We have an acting leadership, an acting chairperson who's supposed to take us to election soon. So no, as far as I'm concerned, I do not hold that portfolio anymore.
All right. Thank you for the answer. Based on that, my question would be: I was listening, I was driving when you started to need the overhead bridge. You don't need the road projects in most surrounding around. Even if I would ask you, without need in Lofa, but you couldn't mention any of that in Lima, what the party have done with any of the projects that we put up. However, people will say Tako have been one of the stewardship for the party for 5 years. From student activity from Stena Marines coming to the US, we've been very focused. So then when you're contesting in your district, they couldn't trust you, Tako. The party you sweat for. I remember when I came to the US media, when I made a name area, the conversation, the name that I had in the room. And this party, you put everything into it. In this going election, they couldn't trust you to support you on the ticket. My dear good friend, Libero.
Thank you very much.
Do you think that the party is good at using young people like you to don't be at the end of the day? Do you think so? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that question. And the way I will answer this question, I've answered it multiple times. I'll go ahead and answer again. What I can tell you is I encourage every young person to have an open mind in life, not just in politics, because in life, there will always be permanent interests. There will not always be permanent friendship, but there will always be permanent interest. So it's good to keep an open mind. At the time of the elections, the Unity Party felt that there was a better alternative. Now, let me rephrase that. Unity Party is in collaboration with MDR. And basically, in our collaboration, MDR controls MDR controls Nimba County. So Unity Party seeks the indulgence of MDR in the county. Even for Senator Twanye to run on the party ticket in the elections, Senator Twanye, we had to negotiate with MDR to let us feed a candidate. I can tell you that behind the scenes there were negotiations. The very Cornelia crowd we're talking about today, that's we're all talking about in the news, Amos Square, those people drag an executive committee meeting. They held an executive committee meeting on multiple occasions. They held the National Coordinating Committee meeting. The final meeting one day was between the leadership of MDR and the leadership of Unity Party. At that point, MDR decided that we should back off. They were going to feed the candidate. And so MDR fed a candidate who happened to be Representative Koto Kwagru in that election, and he emerged victorious. I can tell you for a fact that if I had the support of Unity Party in that election, it would have made all the difference. Because I've had the support of Unity Party in that elections, Augustus Menkwa would not have contested. If Unity Party was fully backing me in that election, Honorable Augustus Menkwa would not have contested, and it could have made all of the difference in the elections. But we are where we are. Oh, Dampo me ake apo de pa ake kwe kana. We will continue to keep an open mind, and we will continue to study the paradigms of issues in our country. There will always be permanent interests. There will not always be permanent friendship.
Thank you.
Keep that in mind, and we approach every issue with an open mind.
You know, as I can say, we don't live in a perfect world. You know, if we were living in a perfect world, you know, people like you and folks that I know who will be, you know, at the leadership, at the realm of leadership in Booyah. But the way we are, the way we find ourselves, you know, I believe in all of us. So, I call Aloysius, you know, you are Booyah man. I know this is our brother. He has no short time here to go. So I'll ask that you ask a question, and then from there he will give us his parting comment, and we'll take a leave of him.
Okay. Aloysius, thank you so much. I don't have any question to you, but I just want to appreciate you for standing up for people of Booyah. Always, not only today. I've been knowing you from the university campus. When we were in Stella Maris, when we were at the University of Nigeria on Suzuko leadership. So you're not just saying it because of today or just because of Booyah. Even from Zoge level, Zoge statutory level, you've been there. We've been working together, and you have always been there, wanting good things for the people of where you came from. And I think those are things that people are we all supposed to do, not only about yourself, but the people that you left behind. I can remember when you were with the senator as well, and when I was serving as president of our Zoge Student Association, we received a few slots from the senator as well when you were there. And I mean, I must admit, you one of the persons that Nimba County in general can count on. So let's continue. Continue with what you're doing. We hope, like you said, that we can. In the future, we don't know what the future holds. We can't give up. And the issue of people of Booyah, for me, I don't know. My things I see a little bit differently always. I don't know what happening. Booyah will get something. And Booyah get something when we're about to go to election.
Yeah, 2028.
Yeah,
that's exactly what's going to happen. 2028 or in the year 2029.
Yeah,
there will be a lot of positions going around.
Yeah, just be patient. You'll get it. Yeah. So I mean, we're just laughing, but it's painful. the pinfold, that a district that give you their all, and then you will treat them in this manner. It's completely difficult to understand. Booyah is not a licit district. If even you cannot, appoint someone for that district, why can't you pave that road from Encyclé Pied all the way to the border? Why can't you do something better? I've called, my mother is from Banwe and my father is from Boile. And I communicate with the people over there, and the people are actually angry, to be honest. And what they are saying is that they voted for this government, but they are seeing the Southeast, people from Southeastern area. I'm not trying to be sectoral or regional,
It's about interest. It's about interest, bro. About interest.
So people are celebrating. Yeah, they are celebrating. No, I talk with them. I'm just quoting. What somebody told me from Banwe and other places. That's what I'm saying. That people in the Southeast, they are celebrating good roads. And then the people of Booyah, who gave their all, they have not seen anything. No governmental development in our place. No tangible project from public works or even Ministry of Health. Nothing. Everything you see down there, the little thing that we're talking about, the vice president is doing, that's president personal initiative. That we appreciate, but that is not enough. We need something bigger than that. Look at the size of the population. Look at what they did for you. Politics is interest. They gave you their vote for interest, that you carry something to them. Why would you jump over there and go to places where they never regarded you at that time? So why are you telling them? So, I mean, we will keep saying those things, but we know that they don't have interest in Booyah. We don't have interest to develop that place. We produce cocoa. They hire cocoa producer in Liberia from Booyah. Yet they're not doing anything. It's completely unacceptable. Vita Kosa came here. I raised that same thing. Because the reason I raised it, because he also close to the vice president and other people. And they can go to an executive meeting. And he even acknowledged that our place have not been represented. But in a shorter possible time, they will hear names. Since he left, up to today, we have not heard anything. But me, I'm very sure that moment to the election, we will hear names. Maybe we'll hear Aaron Seka. I think it's well educated. He can go. You can go. Jackson Swami is there. And Samson Wuna is there. Just said there are a lot names that we just calling youth. We're not even going to the elders.
Even including you.
Including me, if necessary. Why not?
Thank you very
But
much.
I'm not so much interested in, but into myself. But I mean, we want to see reflections of the district. We want the district to be reflected somewhere. We want to see Booyah on the news that the Kelvin roads in our place.
Thank you very much.
But before you answer, I beg you, let me make a quick disclaimer here, because I know my brother is just joking. I come on this platform every day. I advocate for our people. I preach, and I've been on this job business from the day we started. And I want to make it clear, it's not for me. I have zero. Zero.
I'm sorry. I know we talk about this.
Alvin, I will not take your disclaimer. I will not take your disclaimer. You are an educated son of Booyah.
Let me say this. So
listen, even me not here. Honestly, like I always tell people, I'm one of the young men from Nimakan, from Booyah, from Nimakante, from Liberia, that is blessed by God. I'm always grateful for the position that I've been in life. From the time I was coming up in high school, I was the justice prefect among my friends in the University of Liberia. As Aloysius just alluded to, I was in student leadership. We did our part. We advocated for financial aid from the county development. At the time, under the superintendentship of Edith Gonglo, where I'm balanced in life. I'm able to feed my family. We live in Londonderry, New Hampshire, and We live in a property that's well over $800,000. And I'm grateful to God for what God has done for me in this world, honestly. And my campaign was supported by me and my family, besides the people, my family and friends who came to my aid, like people that represented Tuan Glukia, his brother Lawrence Glukia, my brother Stanley Degba, and people, my wife, who also put 15 grand into this election personally. We supported this campaign by ourselves. So good. But one thing Adolphus Dolo, Senator Adolphus Dolo, always told me was, my son, service to one country is the greatest honor of one's life. So I will not take your disclaimer. If you're called to serve your country, go and serve your country. Adolphus Dolo has made me to understand that service to one's country is the greatest honor of one's life. If I was called to serve my country today, I will go to serve my country proudly. And you know what? I will take my kids with me. You see them coming here one after another. I will take them with me. We'll go to Liberia to serve my country.
Yeah, so why that is true, again, I applaud. You're one of those young guys that I know we talk behind the scene that I highly respect and I got massive respect for. You know, for me, if you know me, even a lot of say that I've been in this thing for a very long time, even when I started my BKS thing way back. And that was the rumor was there, you know, I've been doing the thing because you want to contest from 2015, 15 years.
Yeah, my bureau Kuga president of India.
So it's been there from day one. So the reason, it's not like I don't want, it's not something that I'm afraid of that I won't want to do, but for me, I just like for people to know that it's a pure advocacy where I plan on using my blessing that God has blessed me with to be on the side while we support people like you, people like other folks who are willing to go. You know, one of my pastors said to me one time that, you know, everybody cannot be missionaries at the same time, right? But you can be a missionary in a different way, where you stay here and fund the mission while missionaries go on the field to go serve. So that's the advantage. We're doing the same thing. We are all giving service to our people, our country we are serving, but I want to do mine in a different way. But yeah, overall, I think we've had a really great show. Tapa, you know, please, man, I know you're busy. The schedule is tight, you know, but please try. You have wealth of knowledge. Our people deserve to hear from you most often when you have time. Come on here. Let's build this platform. Thank you so much for coming tonight. I know the people are listening to you. Give us your parting statement. I know you got to go take care of a little takbo and other train that coming in there. Mm-hmm. And we look forward to having you on here again. Don't be a stranger.
Booyah, nothing about go wait.
No smart time from Booyah.
No smart time from Booyah. Don't overlook it. So thank you very much, Avin. It was very good talking to all of you people. It's been a really good 2.5 hours or so. I believe now I will start coming on here more frequently than I have been in the past. I think it's time for the people to consistently hear our voice. We will take this platform to other levels. We will connect to other platforms that we can go to. We will invite more people here. We'll make sure that our platform will gain relevant. This is Booyah. We will even start supporting personally the initiatives from behind the scene, our journalists and other people. We will start doing what we have to do. Like I said, I contested in 2025 in a representative by-election. By the special grace of the Almighty God, I, Tako Aloysius Mambia, will be a candidate in the 2029 representative election in Booyah District. I'm clear about that. All of the promises we made to the people on the campaign trail, we live by our word. And we hope that the next time you guys come on this show, next week, Saturday, next week, Sunday or Monday, that we will play clips of students, tuition being paid across the district because BKS will be with us. We're hoping that we will get, representative from Radio Zoga and other places. And these are initiatives we call on brothers to contribute into as well, to come on board so that we all support this initiative. In Mbwele, the people who are pulling scholarship in Mbwele haven't paid yet. We're getting the Mbwele eventually. I think there are 18 students in Bwele that are on our wall there. My district chair is even from Bwele, you might know him. But we are doing a lot in the district. We will continue to do what we can. And listen, anybody listening on this show, whether you are for Unity Party or you are against Unity Party, I supported the president. I know the president personally. The president knows me personally. I'm grateful for every time I'm around him, the courtesy. Just the most recent time when the president was in DC, we met for over an hour, we just talking stuff. I'm unapologetically a Unity partisan. I'm also very unapologetic about everything that I've said here tonight about the treatment of Buyao. And I will continue to say the message that Unity Party and this government is sending to Buyao is bad. And because I am for Unity Party, I don't want that to haunt us in the future. I don't want that to haunt us in the future. The government need to step up its game for the people of Buyao district. Of all the districts in Nimba, Buyao has been one of the districts that the president has been to. When the president was contesting in 2017, that's one of the districts when he flew to. So every time I talk to him, but you say, my man, but I know Buyao. I say, but what time you go there now? You went there as a candidate. What time you go there as a president? We can talk about it. I'm hoping that the vice president is listening, or somebody from the vice president's office is listening. A man who I've had tremendous respect for. Honorable Jeremiah Akpan-Kun, like I always tell people who ask me, I was supporting Honorable Jeremiah Akpan-Kun before he even knew that I was supporting him. When we were in the background making the advocacy for a running mate to come from Nimba, now a lot of people were in the room. Not even the vice president was in the room when we were advocating for running mates to come from Nimba. We did what we did. I personally told the president, Mr. President, I believe that in a potential or runoff election situation, if you have a son of Nimba face on a ballot paper, it will be a game changer. It was not me alone. Many other people made this case to him. People like Kofi Woods, Cornelia Kura, Amos Tue, Jacob Kabakori, a lot of other people joined hands to convince the president that we needed a running mate from Nimba. And today, we have a constitutional vice president from Nimba that we are proud of. The vice president needs to step it up. If Cornelia is confirmed, we will have 2 ministers proper from District 6 and District 9, so to speak. Basically, District 6, District 9. Before Wimonpe got dismissed, Wimonpe was from District 4. He is from District 4, excuse me. The current minister is also from District 9.
He was from District 3.
From District 3, sorry, from District 3. Yes, you're right. Thanks for the correction. Victor and the rest of the people who are in top management position from District 4 and other places, there's been nothing from District 5, nothing at all. This is becoming a song that is painful to the ear of our people. The reason why it's even expensive for Koto to go back to his own district, if there were other sons from the district that we used to have, Botogbe from Zuaple, who was in the police, you know, if you have other sons of the district, the late, my uncle, the late Tapo from EPA, from the EPA there, from Blue, when you have other reputable sons from the district who are also going to the district and making impact, it reduces the burden across the board. But right now, Koto is the only prominent government official from the district. All the burden lies upon his shoulder. That's the reason why it's even more expensive. If we go to the district, anything we do there is a personal initiative upon our personal volition. We are calling on people. Thankfully, I can talk because I'm not in the government, but we're calling on this government to change the way it thinks about Buyao. There are many educated sons I can name, not just the people who contested in the election, but a lot of people from Buyao who can make a difference. And I'm not trying to be sectorial because I was also born and raised in Yegeba, which I consider my home, Yamen clan. I also consider my home. But It is time. It is time that we step it up. The people of Buyao deserve something from this government. I thank you all for having me. I look forward to being here again. And it was good why we had this conversation.
Thank you, Tapa. Thank you
and,
so much.
may
We look
God
forward
bless
to
our country.
Thank you. We look forward to honoring your program and covering it to the fullest. Just let us know what we need to do. Furniture with more information, and I'm pretty sure our manager there and everyone else will be happy to cover that program and bring more information to our people. Thank you so much, my brother. Have a good one.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
God bless.
Mhm. So that was the voice of Takpo Aloysius Mambia from Yao Blole, former representative candidate of District Number 5. So you heard it there, right, Aloysius? Your namesake will need your support in 2029. No beating around the bush. So we gotta get things going. But anyway, it has been a great show. Thanks to all of you, Cyrus. Cyrus Kanu said he's going to come back to have that conversation with the rest of the team. He's looking forward to it. Aloysius too, we will have to open we'll have a separate show today. You have time, so we can discuss you and Chris on the other side, and we'll get Magno and and other people on the other side to discuss that cultural, cultural.
But what we discussed, Magno even alluded to it yesterday explanation.
No, that makes a difference. But over to you, Cyrus. Thank you so much for coming again. Let's give your parting statement, and then we'll be back with Councilor Lawrence Swart tomorrow. He's going to be our guest.
See you again. It's great to be here. Talking point on this show is making sense in Nimba County. A lot of people are listening in. We are making impact in the great county we're from. The sentiment is everywhere. We believe that, I'm strongly believe that the 185-year machine, when it comes to Liberia, I think most of those roads, I think we will not be crying too much, because, like I said, I think I posted, country history, we had never had this kind of equipment before. So for it to come to our country, I think a lot of those areas will be connected. My hope is that they should use it wisely so that those roads can be at least impacted. So we can be, if you go to my area, especially from like Sergeant Town, going to Kenley, even my hometown, Gbebona, all those places from there. It's just crazy in Nimba County. Nimba County is big, and we need to be connected. Once we are connected, our little cocoa and coffee will be able to carry to the market. It will be great to sell those things so that we can have a great, economy while we are working on those things. Again, I still think that the Supreme Court step a little further than what it should have done. Even that the contempt charge and the charge that they gave to Feki for 6 months in prison is concerning. And I look forward to seeing the Chief Justice basically considering his own decision, even as that is too much for 6 months. I don't think that particular child worrying that kind of punishment. I think he needs to reverse that punishment a little bit. That's too much. And I'm saying this, CEO, because I live in those things when it happen, we might overlook it. You know, one good thing I like about this country is it can carry you up and it brings you down. I remember quite well, I didn't enjoy my youth day in Liberia, coming out as a young man, playing a great football in Kakata, Langolepe High School, the name was ringing, then 1989 bound, walking, and we have to run from Kakata to Baybona to go to Aricus. It was crazy. So, yeah. And all of these things here is because of too much power. So when I'm observing this kind of thing, I must speak about it. I do not hate Chief Justice Bessie, because this thing sometimes starts from Nimba County, the Water King. It was from the Nimba and the Crown, and everybody got affected. So at this point, when I see this thing coming, Quimba and Doe were best friends, and the politicians destroyed them. The War King, somehow were not able to enjoy Liberia. Now in our old age, we're trying to go home to see what we can do, maybe plant our potato farm and make sure we get potato to eat. But those that are in power now, it's our message to them that they should lead effectively by the law. Sentiment, you cannot rule by sentiment. We quickly, before I close, somehow we have a little knowledge on the law. During my graduate year, I did almost intensive 2 years of business law. So I got the case law that your man was mentioning last night. It was all about case law. The brief and this that we went through it. I will wait for that guy because the guy confused me last night. I was still waiting for him to come. For that guy to come because the guy misinformed us last night. But anyway, it's great to see you. Thank you for this show. We look forward to working vigorously, recruiting more people with more knowledge. Not everyone can be on this show, but we can get opportunity for everybody to come and express themselves. DK, great to see you, my friend, my young brother, my son, and everyone. I love you. Great to see you, guys. Unigo election is coming to your town, your city, and see you. One thing though, Unigo election. You gotta pay for that advertisement. You gotta pay for it. Hold on, I'm a contributor, so I will get you package. So I am the campaign chairman for one of the powerful boy in our city. They call him Rick Vengon. He's running for presidency. He's one of the candidates that I support. The campaign chair. Boom, we're going to win it. Thank you. I'll see you guys later.
Elijah, give her your party comment. It's a great show. He's always a great people.
No, but another I'm coming. When a big brother mentioned about Lanko Lepe, those are places we play soccer. Yeah, when you say soccer, real soccer player there. We left from Morocco to go play Lanko Lepe High School. We are there history in Labrador. Some of y'all walking for here, they went straight to Africa. You're not really taste Morovia and it's Ivaro. So yeah, the other man you went straight Central Morovia, he became a regular man Central Morovia. You don't even know things they banner they correct. They are one man.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's a good thing. I know Morovia, my brother. I know Gary Street, Subish. They where I live. So, hello? No, I'm not getting anybody. I don't know.
We getting you, Chief.
Oh, okay, yeah, everything went mute, so I will not get anything. Sorry for that. And I mean, we appreciate our brother Tako for being here, and he straight out of good points, especially with our district. And letting it look like we're even begging for it now. Begging for it because we've been talking it from day one, and we are not getting any result. So we hope that the president who has the appointment power will look into the faces of the people of Buyao, because we have a relationship, and I don't think it would be a good thing to break it. Let me tell it. The thing why you go outside there to hustle. But if you lose the one you have and you coming back, meeting another empty space, that's another problem. So Buyao is standing back. We need development in our place. Our mothers, our sisters, our brother, our father, they did everything. So we need a reward. Political reward is not in heaven. We're not reading Bible. Yeah, it's on earth here. We all should get it. And so, yeah. So with the issue of Prophet Key, like we said, they think have nothing to do with justice. They just need a justice thing. It make it because it come from the justice. She justice more. That's all. But other than that, it's the thing is betrayal. Is something that they just plan to get rid of him. And it's not a good thing. Like I made mention of Senator Johnson at that time with Amos Ward and other, people behind the scene. And after the Civil War or during the Civil War, and when the result came, they start carrying him, they start pushing him aside. Even when they call where they lay money in his possession, Amos Ward changed the entire country currency. They want the senator high in possession. It was useless. So you were left with no option then to go to Nigeria. So you cannot do the same thing in different forms. Prophet Key, we all know he had used a lot of words, but it was acceptable. In fact, Joseph Boakai himself, the president, Joseph Boakai himself calling. I listened to recalling. He communicating with Joseph Boakai. Joseph Boakai said, hey, we got to do what we can to democratically get rid of George Weah. So why would then today you don't want to accept that? Even you want to reform the system, I mean, there should be a different approach. You cannot humiliate in this manner men that you honor at that time. It is completely disrespectful. It is a betrayal. All Unity Party partisans, they need to go into their closet and see what they can do to get our men out. We all are against public, insult. I agree. Well, it's true that I admitted that insult is part of our culture, but there are places that you don't see. There are people that when they are around, you don't use words. So there's limitation. We agree, but the manner in which they are treating him is not good. It's a betrayal, and they need to work on it. So thank you for this show. Yeah, thank you for this show. And you're making impact. Thank you so much.
Man, seeing you on here sometimes, even though you can hit with high point, we miss you. Hopefully your schedule will allow you to continue to chip in here and there.
Yeah, schools are about to close down, so we're going to be a little bit free.
All right, I see. Thank you. So, DK, you give us a closing statement and then see how it will take us on.
Yeah, sorry, I'm in a little nursery background, but I'll be fast. To be Brother Saros, and soon to be my host in Iowa, my father-in-law. You guys keep contradicting the entire thing. I'm not sure he closing now said he made a statement yesterday that setting war is part of our culture. When we defeated that, he said yes, it's true, but you don't use it when you're around certain people. Then you defeated the Prophet Key argument. Prophet Key does not have any occasion. He used a terrible thing anywhere, anytime. So in our Nima culture, where you and myself from, you don't sit around old people and say certain things. The Prophet Key thing we're talking about that you guys are even defending whether legal or not. You don't play Prophet Key near your kids and even around your wife when Prophet Key is in. We all need to shame this. And the terrible thing about the Prophet Key, why is he from Nima? He's from the tribal background. They say, oh, I give people. Two, we can say, oh, the code have the right. You get a right to the code. They say the the punishment is harsh. Who determine that? The court is the one that determine punishment. They don't carry punishment to anyone and say decide on this. The court that they can give you 200 years, they reduce it or not. Then we say the court did it, not right, they want to silence him, they want to do this. The first thing is property action was wrong. Yesterday, Kanyo said the code can be this. There are some sacred code and Mysterious code in Ado. They not even get bidding. They operating in hot at in zero. They still pass judgment in no places. And so then we still confusing this. If you guys can rally around and free property or free property, the property thing will not change the code have rule and is in their statutory confinement. The thing about court issue is number one, does the Supreme Court have jurisdiction on the matter? Yes. Because if the argument is jurisdiction, the Supreme Court doesn't have jurisdiction to hear property case, then you're raising argument. Is it territorial that property is on a different jurisdiction that they took in from Tabata and brought on the Supreme Court? You guys are not arguing on legal team. The team is the court action was wrong, it was in his. Who determined that? It's the very court that determined that. So sincerely, I just feel you guys when you're saying the thing that you're making it right, then you will come back and say, why is it true that the court supposed to do that day and they did it? Is that to silence property? Nobody's silencing property. Property himself admitted to a crime and apologized. And admitting is not admitted. Not mean when you admit then they let you go. No, when you admit, the case will still go on.
Thank you. Saote, take us home.
Thank you, CEO. You know, we live in Liberia, and we got a panel, the panel law, and also we got a constitution. My point from the background I come from, I don't support Prophet Key in any way. I don't even play a podcast. No way. I haven't. I don't really remember playing that. But what we are looking at here is precedent. For me, that's my point. Because, mind you, the Supreme Court or any other government official for that matter, free speech gave people the right to criticize. When you criticize, so that means tomorrow, based on anyone criticism, the Supreme Court could interpret, or any judge could interpret how the person should criticize that person. That's one. So I mean, it's a long argument. I really wanted to be on the show last night, but I mean, I was out of town, so I could not really come in. But what we are saying here, for me, I'm not justifying for Prophet Key why they put in jail. I celebrate that at least he's going to relax more, because our kids hearing all kind of thing on the social media is not good. But the manner and form in which it was done, CEO, if you look at the case file of the Supreme Court, sometimes whole year round, you only have like 10 cases being adjudicated. Is that fair to our jurisprudence? No. We are saying the manner and form. Look, if you talk about the Liberian women, and then the mother of the Chief Justice, Prophet Key went beyond a bound. But the Liberian women, you could have people from the Liberian women, any of them, or from the Chief Justice family going to sue Prophet Key. But if you do that directly and you preside, that's where for me personally, I got my issue. Right? Because we had layer of our judiciary. We had the Ministerial Court, we had the Sacred Court, and that is Supreme Court. All of these things, if we ignore them today, we are not saying the Supreme Court cannot hold somebody in contempt. No, they can. They can do. But is there a precedent that anyone who this radio station, for example, we have a critical view, it can be shut down. You don't know that? It's a precedent, because the court will interpret how we should speak. And it will be done at, they will interpret it because it has become a precedent. And to lay on this, it's also a precedent where you see magistrate, you see circuit court judges, making decision where when somebody criticize in the village there, bam, they grab you, they put you in jail, carry you to Senate Court, circuit court. So all of these things, that's why we are looking at DK. We are not justifying the issue of Prophet Key. You should know that the Constitution, the Article 15, it gives the right to people. Equally, when you go down to Article 14, it also states that you should be responsible for what you say. For all of these things, if we are not careful, it becomes a bad precedent where our country will be punched. Man, you to a lot of international treaty. We got to be careful. Let's watch and see what will be the human rights report. Not the issue of a Prophet Key, but the manner and form in which justice was dispensed and the order. That's what I'm looking at. So, CEO, I mean, the Booyah thing was a good conversation, and I'm happy that Tabo came. And it was a nice conversation. My point is there are a lot of young, smart guys in Nima, meaning Booyah, that usually contributed to the government. They also need to be given a position as well, because if we check into the entire government, Booyah don't even have, like you said, director. And there are a lot of educated people.
No, say what Booyah Johnson. Deba Johnson, assistant minister.
Okay, then Booyah.
Yeah, Prince Johnson daughter. Prince Johnson get a job. He's supposed to get other people give it to the daughter. Don't stop that.
How many times had they were that lead a lot of debate because they were
the man want to distract. Don't pay attention to
my own business style. I don't even want to go that route. So DK, that's my point. I not really had that time for to really discuss it. I'm not a lawyer, but sometimes let's look at what we vision for our judiciary and our state in the future. We're not looking at people feeding or ruling. No, I mean I consider myself I'm my own good old man, very good old man, but I mean it will not be a good precedent. Thank you, CEO.
So it's been a great show. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to our followers. Again, we sincerely appreciate your follow, your support. Thanks to Cyrus, the Kanyo man. Thanks to Aloysius and everyone for coming to the show.
Everything and just bring Kanyo winner.
No, but you were not here yesterday. When I used to the man said you want to ask Kanyo about case law. But you guys have a good one again. Thanks for the night, man. You guys have a wonderful day. It was a great show. Good night.
Good night, guys.